Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Yeah, she's a brand new week. Brand new week. And it's just us dudes for a while here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show. Welcome to our program. You're a hell of a crowd. Our gal Smashley is gone. She's gone and done it. She's officially, as she would say, officially on maternity leave over the weekend. She finally birthed the official baby of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Very great news, to say the least. She texted us Saturday night saying, my water broke. I'm on my way into the hospital. 4:59 a.m. yesterday, she welcomed our new nephew into the world.
4:59 a.m. yesterday, you say. 8-some pounds of urchin is likely being cradled in her arms as we speak. Over the weekend, she got it done. So we ought to begin the day by congratulating our friend and her husband, Jeremy.
He had a lot less to do with it, but yeah, to both of them. That's exciting news. She's a very proud mom, doing totally fine. She had her sense of humor yesterday, and I think she's a little overwhelmed with all the family and friends she's seeing. But hopefully she'll call one of these days and check in, let us know how she's doing.
I'll be. And I don't think any of us predicted the correct date, did we?
No, we didn't.
No.
You know that for sure?
Yeah, Shaver was the closest because her water broke on the day that Shaver picked, but she didn't give birth till 4:59 on Sunday morning. He had that Saturday.
We made bets on air. There was a lot of money on the line, but we all missed. And there's no prize for closest to the, like Josh said a while back, closest to the pin.
No. At least we didn't set it up that way.
So there you go.
And do we really want to give Randy Shaver any of our money?
I think he's got enough money. He's doing all right.
It finally happened. It's out. It finally fell out. Hopefully she's had a chance to get some liquor in her system.
I asked Jeremy that. I said, did you make her a mimosa or something? Because I have some friends that have done that. You know, after they give birth, they have a little celebratory mimosa. And he said, no, they didn't do that. And he said, but I gave Calvin a Busch Light, though.
Yeah, that's the name they gave him.
Mimosa? Is that a traditional thing? Have you guys heard of that before?
No, it's new to me.
Because I was thinking Ashley would want to go straight for Four Loko or something like that.
Get some Jack Daniels back.
She's a Jack Daniels gal.
Uh-huh.
For Pete's sake, she hasn't been able to enjoy a drink like an adult in 9 months.
She's missed it. She's mentioned that a few times. She misses it terribly.
Yeah, she could use a drinky. Isn't that something?
Speaking of mimosas, my wife had a wedding shower, bridal shower, whatever you call that type of thing. And Ashley was there, and I went to go pick up my wife because, you know, they've been drinking all day, but Ashley obviously hadn't. And we were all sitting around a table just kind of chatting, and there's an open champagne bottle, and Ashley picked it up and just sniffed it. Like, sniffed the open bottle. I was like, oh, I miss this so much.
I can believe, you know, that would be something appealing to a drinker. I'm a drinker. I had a buddy who was in the hospital for a long stretch of time. Couldn't get himself a drink for nothing, you know. He was sick in the hospital for a long stretch of time. And he would enjoy, when he was able to, he would enjoy walking down to the front entrance of that hospital, walking outside and hanging out with the cigarette smokers. He was not a cigarette smoker, but he just wanted to inhale that secondhand smoke because it reminded him of being at a bar.
I bet, yeah.
Oh, he would just go down. And, ooh, what is that, Marlboro? Oh, that's the stuff right there. He would hang out with the cigarette smokers. Now we just got to figure out who the father is. Maybe we can make some bets on that outcome. So congratulations, Ashley. I know you wanted this over with. You got it done.
Yeah, I think last month already she was good to go. She was tired of being pregnant at that point.
Babies are a hell of a deal, aren't they, Josh?
Yeah, definitely. Her life is going to be very, very different from here on out.
You're kind of on the hook, aren't you?
You're supposed to be.
Supposed to be?
Yeah, no returns, really,
Well, I think she has a period of days she can drop him off at the fire department. At least in the movies, that's used to be how it went.
I'm guessing she'll be texting us, like Josh was saying. I'm guessing she'll be texting us now and again to let us know how it's going. But as of now, Ashley begins her maternity leave ski.
She sent me a video of the room that they set her up in. That was nicer than most hotels I've ever stayed in my life. It was a big room. Jeremy had a nicer bed than I do in my own house. Looked very comfy and cozy in there. I'm glad they had a good setup.
This Jeremy guy has been very supportive. I certainly hope he ends up being named the father.
You like drama, though. Wouldn't you hope it'd be somebody else?
Oh, yeah.
Like more controversial?
I mean, I'm rooting for him, but, I have other rooting interests as well. So you have to be the edgy one now, Dana.
Oh, I got to be?
You have to be the edgy one.
What kind of drug habit should I pick up?
Well, I don't know if she's on drugs.
She's pretty seriously on drugs.
Well, she had an epidural. I think she gave up drugs.
She did give up smoking weed.
I think you got to start drinking Jack Daniels.
Oh, God, I can't do that.
Lots going on otherwise around here. Our Bro Stout Cancer fundraiser, that cuts loose this Friday night at the Wayzata American Legion. We're all sold out, but you can still donate. We're going to try to accommodate some walk-ins Friday at the Legion in Wayzata, but it will be very, very limited. But you can still make a donation in case you didn't get in there on time. All the seats for dinner are sold out. You can still make a donation, and we'd appreciate it, and Randy Shaver's Cancer Research Fund would appreciate it. Go to 93x.com, click calendars, click station events, and you can still help out Randy Shaver's Cancer Research Fund and add to the total dollars for Friday's event. We thank you all, from the bottom of our hearts, for taking an interest in this event. That'll be Friday with the State Fair beginning on Thursday. We're going to drag our carcasses out there for an appearance at the fair this Saturday from 2 to 4. If you're headed that way, we'd love for you to swing by the 93X booth and say hello, and then go ahead and buy something. We've got an official baby to feed now. The official baby of the 93X Half-Ass Morning Show. And we got a new T-shirt I think folks are going to dig.
Dana was texting me over the weekend, and you said you posted it online, and were people mean to it, or did they
People were absolutely loving it.
Oh, good. Yeah, it's cute. That was nice of them to do something like that.
It was posted online.
Yeah, I gave people a little preview of it. Said, hey, this is one of the mini shirts, one of the many things you can buy at our booth at this fair, and I think people are going to like it. And they really did. A lot of people are very excited to get out and get one, and I suggest probably getting there early if you want one.
Where can folks see this?
At 93x.com now, everything's posted.
Oh, 93x.com. Mm-hmm. All the merch that is for sale this fair is posted?
That's what I was told. Let me double. Yep, it's all there right now. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it looks cool.
Socks, underwears, T-shirts, ball caps, bath towels.
Well, you're throwing some stuff in there that I don't think is.
Oh no,
there.
I'm guessing what we might. Wristbands. I remember when wristbands were a thing.
I didn't see any of those. Did you, on the way out the other day, did they stop you to show you some of the stuff?
They didn't stop me for Dick Tracy.
Okay, yeah. They showed me. They got a ton. It seems like this year they have more than usual. A lot of really cool stuff.
Okay. All right, cool. All right, I'm glad that folks can get some, a heads up ahead of time. I really like our T-shirt, Josh. It commemorates the greatest friendship in the history of Twin Cities radio, me and Cubby. Check it out on our website.
Yeah, that's a cool shirt. That was funny.
I was going to suggest that maybe we sneak preview that pig on our website so folks can get a look at it. But you were already ahead of the game, huh, Dana?
Yeah, I posted a little bit on Friday when they showed it to us, and now everything is posted along with the prices. $20 for a shirt. That's pretty fair in 2025.
Yeah, $20.
No pun intended. No pun intended.
Now, do you want to go ahead and and brag a little bit about the Nick and Josh T-shirt or not, Dana?
Oh, I don't need any credit for this whatsoever.
I mean, you had a big hand in designing this.
Yeah, you designed the photo.
Yeah, but I mean, I just kind of typed in a prompt and eventually made it for me. It's not like I sit down with a easel and painted it myself.
Yeah, but dude, I don't even know what it means to type in a prompt.
Guess that's true.
So give yourself some credit. We'll give you the credit. You had a lot to do with designing the new Nick and Josh State Fair T-shirt, and it turned out, I mean, for $0, right? Yeah. I mean, really, we could have paid, a professional T-shirt designer to do this, but we do not have any money at all.
None.
So we tried to think of a way to do it for nothing, and you pretty much got it done, at least the design, for nothing.
Yeah, that ended up pretty cool. It's, for those who haven't seen the photo yet, it's kind of similar to the Beavis and Butthead style animation of Nick and Josh sitting on the couch, that ratty old couch that Beavis and Butthead sat on. You guys are wearing a Mr. Big shirt and a Van Halen shirt?
Yep. Word.
Yeah, you guys look great.
Now, you're not going to wait till the fair is over and then demand a pile of money, are you?
I'm expecting 1.2 minimum.
Here we go.
Oh, yeah, we've heard that before.
1.2 at least. I did the math. I crunched the numbers. It all adds up. Trust me.
Anything else going on around here? Anything happened this weekend besides Ashley's big splashdown?
Well, did you feel anything right around 6-something in the morning on Saturday?
Nothing.
Either a great loss or great joy. One of the
Nothing.
Two. So were you awake at that time?
Absolutely not. 6 a.m. on a Saturday?
Yeah, right around 6.
Oh, for Christ's sake, no. Absolutely not. I would be sickened if I was awake at 6 a.m. on any Saturday. You are up early every day. You've got a problem.
I get up early, right. Saturday, I was reading some stuff on the treadmill, and it was storming outside.
Hang on a second. 6 o'clock in the morning Saturday, you're on a treadmill.
I like to get it over with.
Tell us you don't drink without telling us you don't drink.
I don't drink. Yeah. Oh, I just told you. Darn it, you told me not to.
How long had you been awake before you got on the treadmill?
About an hour. That's not too bad. Sleeping in 2 hours.
No, it is not sleeping in.
Compared to the work week, it is.
But you
pretty
can't.
Good.
See, anyway. You're up at 5 a.m. on a Saturday.
Yeah, so I laid there for a little while. I got up, and I don't know, I was on the treadmill maybe 5:45.
What happened?
And so there's a storm. And all of a sudden the power went out when I was on that thing. I fell into the front of that treadmill so hard I thought I was going to die.
Oh.
Jesus. It just short-stopped on me.
Dead stop.
Yeah, I think my brain doesn't function quite as well. That hurt. And I was, at first, too, you're like, what the hell? I thought a sniper took me out.
You crashed hard.
I had no idea what happened. And it was just a split second. And it got me at the perfect stride. And I thought, well, I knew I was going to die on the treadmill. I knew it. I've told you before. I predicted. But I thought I was going to choke on an apple. For whatever reason, I'm usually eating on that thing.
You eat apples when you're on your treadmill.
Quite often. And so I thought that's how I was going to die. But instead, the storm nearly killed me. And it was, like I said, I don't think it was even a second.
Where was the impact? Where was the greatest impact?
My chest.
Chesticles?
My chest and my hand. As I tried to brace, I couldn't get my hand up fast enough.
Did you wake up the rest of the family?
No, they were gone. No, it was just me.
Too bad you were walking. It would have been funnier if you'd been sprinting at like 11 miles per hour.
Well, then I'd die of a heart attack.
Just go through the window.
Where the hell was your family at 6 o'clock on a Saturday morning? Don't tell me they got up even earlier than you did.
My wife did, yeah. She goes into work early on Saturdays, and my son was at a sleepover.
God, remind me to never spend the night at Josh's place.
Oh, geez, Jesus said, I crashed so hard into the treadmill, it's pregnant now. Yeah, I think I could have knocked that thing up. A few people had the same situation. That's funny.
Power went out?
Yeah.
How long did it stay out for? Did it kick back in pretty quickly?
Less than a second.
Oh, I see.
I mean, it was just enough to knock me over. It stopped. It turned off, and then that was it.
Oh, it turned off and then turned right back on again?
No, it didn't turn back on, but the power did to my home.
Oh, sure. Okay. Sorry to hear about that, Josh. Sounds terrible.
Yeah, I just thought, what a dumb way to go. How stupid. People, by the way, on back to our State Fair shirt. First time they ever made a shirt for us, outside of just like a generic show shirt. Dana, people are liking the footwear you chose. I noticed that I'm wearing Skechers or New Balance.
Yeah, you got some serious dad shoes going on in those.
I think it's New Balance.
And then Nick has his flip-flops on.
I look very heavy.
Yeah, why?
We tried to slim you down a little bit.
It doesn't matter.
Yeah, I knew you wouldn't mind, but because it's one of those things where I like, all right, let's just fine tune it a little bit more, and then all of a sudden there'd be like a can of baked beans in the background for some reason. Like the whole thing was very kind of wonky, but we got her done.
When you were designing the shirt, sitting here in the building, designing the shirt, creating this Nick Josh / Beavis Butthead type thing. I kept coming out so chubby. You tried your best. I don't really care. I mean, look at it this way. In a year, maybe I will look that way. Maybe less than a year. So, but I mean, it looks great. Looking forward to folks getting their hands on it. Oh, man. Crashing on the treadmill, huh, Josh?
Yeah, like I said, there's a few folks that are texting in saying they had a similar experience. This person says, who gets hurt on a treadmill? This is coming from the guy that fell on a treadmill, got stuck between it and the wall, and burned the crap out of his arms.
Oh man.
Man, you just can't sleep in, huh?
No, you're forgetting that is 2 hours sleeping in.
Well, but but it's the weekend. I mean, you can't just let it buck until 8:30, 9, nothing like that?
No, I try. I mean, I definitely give it a shot.
Gonna have Dr. P here later today. Dr. P. Jesus is gonna check in. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder, of course, will be here at 7:30. But again, if you're just tuning in, Ashley has started her maternity leave. She had her little baby yesterday morning. What a hell of a deal. I thought I had one coming to me when I was 20.
I remember you telling me that.
It was an apparent false alarm.
Because she thought, didn't she say she was pregnant, or she said she thought she was? I can't remember.
Boy, it was a long time ago.
I thought at one point you said she told you as if she were confident she was.
Yeah. If I remember correctly, the words she used were, I think I'm pregnant. But there was a lot of confidence in her delivery. This was a telephone call. I was 20 years old. I was sitting on a couch next to my bro, Dio, sitting together, not much unlike what you see in the Josh Nick State Fair Beavis and Butthead t-shirt. We were sitting side by side. We had just gotten done with our night shift gig, driving forklifts. So it was, 1, 2 o'clock in the morning. And telephone rings, and it was a gal that I had been seeing at the time, and she said, more or less, again, it was a long time ago, I don't remember the exact wording, but when I was done with that telephone call, I was convinced I was about to be a father. Like I said, it was an apparent false alarm. She got back to me the next day or 2 days later and told me, don't worry about it. But my, that child would be 33 years old today.
That's weird, man.
F me. And if you think I'm a troubled person now, you should have seen me when I was 20. I was gorgeous. Don't get me wrong. I was gorgeous, but troubled.
I never had that experience. There's times, right after copulation where you think, uh-oh, I don't know if there was a fast enough removal there. Oh, no. What was I thinking?
Gonna sweat that one out for a few days.
Why did I think I could get one more? That was so stupid. But yeah, I never had that where somebody called, I'm late.
That was something. I mean, again, maybe because I was in shock, or whatever the term might be, I don't remember a lot of the details of the telephone call aside from the most important details. I don't remember much of what else was said. I don't remember if I said anything, which it would have been completely false. I would have been misleading her if I would have said, well, you know what? I'm ready. Or if I would have made any reference to being ready or don't worry, I've got your back. I'll handle this. I'll be able to handle this. If I said those words, it was just words because I was beyond ill-prepared for such a thing.
Were you?
So I may have said some ballsy comments to try to sound like a man. I wouldn't have meant any of them because there's no way I was prepared for such a thing.
While you were on the phone with her, were you packing a go bag and searching out your passport?
No, you see, it was just, I think, so surprising, so shocking. I never thought I would be in that situation. But what I do remember is once I got off the phone, I remember hanging up the phone and turning to my old bro Dio and saying, well, I'm done. And he said, what do you mean? That's how Dio talks. Some of you might know that's what are you talking about? And I said, well, that was Missy. She says I'm going to be a daddy. And I sat back down. I think we were playing Nintendo. Isn't that something?
Yeah, how about that?
Hey, you're going to be a dad. 5 minutes later, I'm right back to playing Nintendo on the couch with...
Playing Battletoads with your friend Dio, and you find out you're about to be a dad.
Yeah, Dio was there. Yeah, so, god dang. 33 years ago. Big Dan O, by the way, is the big 4-0 today, Josh.
I see that.
Some text messages coming in.
Yeah, welcome to the 40 Club.
The 40 Club it is, yeah, for Dan O. So there you friggin' go. What else? Did I miss anything, Josh, as to what we got coming up around here?
We should mention, so in Ashley's absence, Janelle's going to join us a little more. So she's going to come fill in. She doesn't want it to be a sausage party around here any more than we do, so she's going to join us a little. Is she coming in tomorrow for sure?
She's coming in tomorrow, yep.
Okay, so we confirm that, and we can kind of talk to her about that tomorrow morning.
We're going to see a little bit more of Jungle Jane along the way.
Is it Tuesday and Wednesday this week? Did she confirm that?
I just confirmed Tuesday. I figured we'd chat with her on Tuesday in person, see what her schedule looks like.
Word.
That's good to hear. Do either of you have state fair plans already?
Just Saturday.
Just the one Saturday, yeah.
Are you going to turn it into yes, we have an appearance there from 2 to 4, but you're going to make a whole day out of it kind of a thing?
That's usually what we do, yeah. Since we're there and already in, makes it the easiest.
It's going to be a gong show on Saturday. It's supposed to be 75, just perfect weather.
Yeah.
It's going to be, I'm going to have, Josh, maybe this is the Saturday morning where I wake up at 6 o'clock in the morning. You know what I mean?
Get it. Well, it's one of those things on Saturday. Sometimes it doesn't matter when you get there. It's just packed.
Well, it's just...
Because I've had that before where we were going to drive down early in the morning and all of a sudden we decided, well, I guess we're going to go just take a bus and then walk. It's kind of crazy. Can't find a place to park.
If we got to be there at 2, we might have to get going pretty early for that sumbitch. But I am excited about it. I always do love the fair. I don't go nearly as often as I used to, but I still love it quite a bit. Yeah, it'll be crazy, but I don't know. You can always find some kind of area to hide out in for a little while.
I can't remember the last time I went to the fair for a non-work related reason.
Oh, yeah?
Oh, really? You don't, never?
Well, for a long time when I worked at my last radio station, they had us there every single day of the fair.
Oh!
So that will kind of ruin your enjoyment a little bit of the fair. I still kind of have some flashbacks. Like you said, Josh, getting there every day and having to deal with the parking. Oh, this lot's full. That lot's full. Try this one. Go park in the neighborhood. We had once parked at Harmar and Ubered to the dang fair. It was just a nightmare every single day. A new challenge getting in and out of the place that I don't enjoy it as I don't have the childlike wonderment I did when I was a kid about the fair anymore.
I get how that can have a negative effect on you. And a lot of times people will say, well, what about the media lot? Aren't you a member of the media? Hey, that's got limited space, too.
No, the media lot's full by 7 a.m.
Yeah. If I don't know, if Channel 5 decides to send 20 people there
for their morning show.
There you go.
Thing's full.
There you go. But it's the friggin' fair. Yeah, it'll be a gangbang there on Saturday, but I always love it. So we got something or another going this week, don't we? Friday, our Bro Stout Chicken event. Again, go to our website if you'd still like to donate. Saturday, our appearance at the fair. And like I said earlier this morning, today, Dr. P. Jesus will be swinging by. So we might as well take our first little break ski. When we come back, we'll hit up the stupid news here on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
Welcome to NFL Flag.
Are you ready? Yeah! Are you ready? Yeah!
No matter who you are, lace up your cleats, smear on your eye black, step out on the field and chase something. Chase a goal.
Let's get it!
Chase the big time.
Get down, ladies!
Chase rings. Chase gold medals. Chase all of it. It's all up for grabs now. NFL Flag. Chase something. Visit NFLflag.com to find a league and start the chase today.
Michael Rosenbaum and Tom Welling take you behind the scenes of one of the greatest shows of all time.
Welcome to oh God, I can't even get it going. Welcome to Talkville, folks.
Where it's fun to talk about Smallville. I don't think you really know what you're doing on a television show until you do a podcast about it.
I've learned so much.
So what did we do again? I don't know. Let's rewatch it and do a podcast so we know what we did.
Talkville, the Smallville Rewatch podcast.
Let's get into it.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Stupid news on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
There you go, Cubby. I showed you something there that you don't see very often. During that Bill Engvall commercial a minute ago, I was playing air stand-up bass.
Oh, I missed it.
You weren't looking this way?
No, I was reading something.
I completely put on a full air stand-up bass show for you, and you weren't even looking?
Darn it. I like the stand-up bass.
You ever played one?
No. I don't know if I've ever been around one, actually, to even play it.
I've never tried one either. Maybe we should start a Stray Cats tribute band. Then we would need a stand-up bass player. All right, this is a hell of a way to begin a full week of stupid news nonsense. Dudes in our listening audience, brace yourselves. I'm serious. Hang on to something. Box Tossin' Jesus, Minnesota Moses, Old Man Bob Jesus, Wisco Maple Syrup Jesus, Utah Operator Jesus, Hatch Daddy, Bad Timing, Iron Range. You picked them up, you dropped them, aluminum, all of you. All the Jesus is in our listening audience. Hang on to something. Are you ready? Okay. It says here now, a gal in England tore one of her husband's sensitive testicles. She tore it smooth out of the bag.
Oh. Grab his dick and twist it!
With her bare hands. And she walked out of court a free woman. Now, that doesn't seem right to me, but I didn't read the whole story yet. Maybe I'm happy that Ashley's on maternity leave for 6 weeks, 6 months, whatever it is.
Yeah, she'd take this girl's side.
If she's going to act like that, I don't need that kind of thing happening around here.
She'd want to know what he did. Not as in, what could a guy do to deserve that? But specifically, she'd assume he was guilty of something.
All right. Yeah. And we're here to decide, I guess, if he had it coming. I don't think anybody's got that coming. But like I said, we haven't gotten to all the details yet. What I do know is this lady put a death grip onto one of her husband's hairy little pills, by God, and she pulled and she twisted until it gave way. I can't even begin to imagine the pain.
I could also picture Ashley just very nonchalantly hearing the story. She goes, "Oh yeah, I've done that." It's like the key is, you really got to get it from behind. Like she'd have like a technique that she used and be sharing it with all.
God,
all
I would hope she's never done anything like that before.
He had it coming.
Hey, Ashley believes this guy deserved such a thing.
Here's their nightmare story. The Iron Claw over there. She goes by the name of Sharon Irvine. 55 years old already. Word is her husband may have turned her down when she wanted to bump. And then, a little later that same evening, she caught him whacking off. He was lying in bed, jacking it. That's her story. That's the story she told the police. He turned her down, and then she caught him playing with himself like a 7th grader. And she did not take that well. And that's when she took hold of the poor guy's bag with her bare hands and began to squeeze. She called the police. She told them, "Look, I attacked my husband, and there is, quote, a lot of blood."
Oh.
Now, her poor husband, Uno, he was taken on over to the hospital. He needed to take many stitches to his scrotum.
It's not where he wants stitches to be.
Chaos coordinator Shiza says, "I don't even have balls, and this hurts me."
She should have ripped both off.
But he refused, the husband, he refused to cooperate with police. You know why, don't you, Josh? I know why.
He's afraid of her?
Because that Sharon lady, his wife, is the best sex he's ever had. She does everything. That's my theory, at least.
I don't know. He chose not to sleep with her, though.
Yeah.
For a little masturbation and whatnot.
Yeah, but sure. I still think he turned her down because he turned her down for sex, sure. But he wants her back. He doesn't want her going to jail because she burns up the sheets.
I think maybe he's more just afraid she's going to come for the other one if he spoke to the cops.
She has set a precedent.
She has. She already has one.
A terrible precedent.
The couple are still together. David, I don't know if I mentioned this yet. The husband's name is David. They're still together. David even limped into court to support his wife during her sentencing. She was charged with assault causing severe injury. And from what I understand, all she got as punishment for nearly murdering a man's balls is a year of supervised probation, and she's got to go to the spin dry because she's a drunk. Her lawyer told the courtroom, her lawyer said, quote, she regrets what happened that night. Well, regret doesn't bring back dead, bloody testicles. David, the husband, I don't know if he was able to keep that nut that was torn loose or if it's a goner. But he didn't want to press any charges. He didn't want a restraining order, nothing. Again, because in my opinion, she burns the set down when it's go time. By the way, the story closes out by saying exactly this. American John Wayne Bobbitt made headlines in 1993 after his wife Lorena chopped off his rod and threw it away. It was found reattached, and he famously went on to star in porn movies.
That all happened.
Didn't you say you saw one of those once, Nick?
I did.
His porn movie.
Mm-hmm.
Any good?
I don't remember much about it, except that he looked to be in pain.
Was that Frankenpenis, or is that something completely
I believe it was called Frankenpenis. This is many, many, many years ago, and we had been drinking quite heavily before someone fired the John Wayne Bobbitt VHS into the VCR player. I think it was called Frankenpenis. His unit did not look healed. It did not look good, and he looked to be uncomfortable the entire time. That's what I remember about the John Wayne Bobbitt. Am I adding a Wayne in there for no reason? I don't remember.
No, it's John Wayne Bobbitt.
Okay, that's all I remember about the John Bobbitt porno movie.
One of his porno movies was called Uncut.
Oh,
well, that's just not true.
It was cut at one point.
Park and Rec Jesus says of David, this guy needs to grow a set and leave this chick. Do they grow back?
How in the hell could you do that to somebody? How could you do that to somebody? And then the sumbitch wants to go back.
Yeah, I don't think I would be able to do that.
Let's see. What's it say here? Chaos coordinator. She says, she's the one who texted in a few minutes ago and said, I don't even have balls and this story hurts me. Yes, it wasn't that long ago. Yes, thank you for texting in again, chaos coordinator. We did talk about this not that long ago. Oh, right. We played some audio of a John Kruk calling a baseball game for the Philadelphia Phillies, where he talked about it's the same amount of force to rip somebody's ear off as it is to rip somebody's nut out. Something like that. Yeah, it wasn't that long ago we talked about that.
Yeah, he said he learned that the force necessary to rip a person's ear off is the same as opening a jar of pickles.
Oh, that's what it was. At any rate, I just can't imagine doing that to somebody else, for Christ's sake. I mean, that's what animals do to each other. Animals. All right, Minnesota. It's not terribly often that we earn a spot in the stupid effing news. But here we are. It's not for a lack of trying. There are plenty of us that are very, very stupid. But I guess today's our lucky day. See if you can follow this. An aspiring Minnesota politician called Marissa. Marissa is suing her former Airbnb roommate. Marissa claims her roommate, also a lady, ruined her political career by accusing Marissa of throwing a tarantula at her. Throwing a tarantula. Okay, I'll keep going. Marissa, 31-year-old gal, is still facing a misdemeanor assault case for the alleged tarantula toss. And it says here, reminiscent of a scene from the movie Home Alone. I guess someone throws a spider at somebody in Home Alone. So now Marissa is suing the woman who accused her of the tarantula throwing incident. And she's suing one of our local police departments. And she's suing the cops who investigated the deal. And she's suing the prosecutors who charged her with the crime. And she's asking for $28 million in return. That sounds kind of high to me, but I don't know anything about.
Well, she had that promising political career that just got ruined.
Anyway, Marissa allowed the woman, an attorney named Jacqueline, to live in her home as an Airbnb guest last year in Edina, but the relationship between the two went sideways. What? Two girls living in a house together and they couldn't get along? Among other things, Marissa said that Jacqueline bought $350 worth of sex toys at CVS with her credit card.
CVS sells that stuff.
They sure do.
Oh, I had no idea.
Behind a glass case, you got to ask somebody to come unlock it for if you want one.
Oh, is that true?
Yeah.
I bet they don't sell a lot then.
No.
I got to look for that section at CVS. It never dawned on me to shop for sex toys over there. This story goes on forever. I'll just dump some highlights on you. This is all alleged, and that is all alleged. Marissa called the police to have Jacqueline removed from her house. Jacqueline barricaded herself in the basement. The alleged tarantula was allegedly thrown or allegedly not. Marissa was a candidate for Hennepin County Commissioner and, quote, an emerging contender for the 20 and 26 U.S. Senate race in Minnesota. She lost the commissioner race twice. So, again, the Marissa gal says all this jibber-jabber ruined her political career. I'll close things out with a quote from the Marissa lady. Referring to the alleged tarantula attack, I believe, she said, I'm good at creatively solving problems. At the end of the day, I didn't physically harm anybody. I'm a little unconventional in many ways. I mean, I'm a silly goose.
Sounds like something Janelle would say.
Yeah, it does.
An alleged tarantula was allegedly thrown.
I wish they said whose tarantula it was, because that might give an insight into the person, don't you think?
Whose tarantula it was?
Whose tarantula, I'd like to know.
I don't know. It's never mentioned in the story. Oh, Cinnamon Ring Destroyer Jesus. Some of these names need to be policed better. Don't you think, Josh? We need to hire a guy to police some of these names.
Cinnamon Ring Destroyer Jesus?
Come on.
I mean, maybe it's accurate. I don't
Yeah.
know. How many have you destroyed?
Cinnamon rings?
Yeah. I want to know which guy deserves the title.
Oh.
More than 5?
5?
More than 5?
Way more than 5.
Oh, God.
He texted in to say, I just turned on the radio. Is Nick a grandpa yet? Yes, Ashley has begun her 6-week maternity leave. She gave birth to the official baby of the Half-Assed Morning Show yesterday morning. Thank you for asking, Cinnamon Ring Destroyer Jesus. What's the matter with you?
Guy's just doing what he loves.
Yes, if you're just tuning in, Ashley had her baby yesterday. And she's doing fine. The baby's doing fine. We just got to find the dad.
Asking me about CrossFit Jesus, back to that politician whose career apparently got ruined by tarantula rumors, said, might have ruined her political career, but could kick off her OnlyFans career. Wah, wah, wee, wah. And yes, that is accurate. She's quite good looking.
Yes, very, very much so. She's very intimidating in her mugshot. I'll say that.
Yeah. Oh, she's got that look. She looks like the type that would rip a ball off, Josh, with that look she's given.
I wouldn't mess with her.
I have to check her out. Marissa, the alleged, she's smoking hot. Yes, thank you for asking. Also, naughty insurance agent Jesus, did anyone win the baby date bet? No. None of us picked the correct date. None of us picked yesterday. So that money, all that money, will not be trading hands. None of us picked the correct date.
Well, I think we should do the right thing and pool all that money, and all of us guys go to the strip club. Not give it to Ashley, just all of us guys go out for a night.
I'd be happy.
In her honor?
In her honor. She'd want that more than the money.
Sure. All right, we were just talking a few weeks ago about some of the gimmicks that fast food joints come up with to keep you interested. We talked about the Chili's cowboy boots, the Arby's cologne. Here's a sit-down joint in effing China. What do you think of this deal? If you walk in there and order their $150 four-course meal, as a bonus, you get to snuggle with a lion cub.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool.
It says here the joint has become very popular in town because of this bit. And I'll tell you this much, if I'm going soon before that cub becomes an adult lion. Because then it's able to turn my internal organs into its own four-course meal. The restaurant goes by the name of Wan Hui. And it's not just a very likely heavily sedated lion cub that they'll let you wrestle if you come in there and eat. They've got a couple of terrified and confused llamas in there. They've got, no offense, Josh, turtles. I know you like turtles.
I like turtles.
I'm not as big a... You can also hand fight a deer if you give them enough money in trade.
Oh, did you guys see that deer beating up a motorcyclist last week?
No, but I wish I would have, because that sounds awesome.
Yeah, it's on 93x.com. We posted that last week.
I'll be damned. A deer beat up a motorcyclist?
Oh, it kicked its butt. The motorcyclist saw a deer and thought, I want to pet that thing. And the deer was not cool with it.
Oh, I love that. I'm going to have to cruise over to our website and check that out. I'm still stuck on the video from 25 years ago where the deer beats the hell out of an old man in his own backyard while his wife videotapes and criticizes him the entire time. That's the deer beating video that I normally choose.
There's so many good ones.
Remember that one? The deer is just speed bagging this dude's skull. It's up on two legs, the deer, and it's just beating the living hell out of this old man, and his wife is videotaping, and the whole time she's saying, I told you. I friggin' told you to stay away from him. I told you. While he's suffering multiple lacerations to the top of his skull. I like that one.
It's a lie! I think you tried to bite me!
All right, so back to this Chinese restaurant where you can snuggle lion cubs, llamas, turtles, and deer after you eat your meal. As you might imagine, I'm sorry?
Nothing.
Not everybody in town loves this idea. PETA is pithed. They went ahead and said, tearing lion cubs from their mothers so diners can handle them is exploitation, not entertainment. These animals are living, feeling beings, not toys. And then, of course, there are other people in town with enough common sense to realize that having a damn lion in a friggin' restaurant full of people and children is potentially dangerous. Some animal expert nerd stepped up over there, and he went ahead and said even a lion, even a young lion is capable of lashing out and injuring a human. So something tells me this gimmick is about to come to a close. But it's there for now.
Oh, yeah, that could definitely do some damage. They showed pictures of these things. They're big. I mean, people get their asses kicked by house cats. I can't imagine something like this.
If I'm holding it, am I holding it like this?
Like a small dog.
Oh, so like this?
No, I'll show you. Or medium. Maybe I should say medium. I've got big dogs. You see that?
Oh, that is bigger than I expected it to be.
It would be like holding quite a large Labrador retriever, that baby lion. Yeah, that's enough to pull an artery out of your neck.
Yeah, it could do some damage.
I got to snuggle baby bear cubs a few years ago. It was worth the drive all the way to Rapid City, South Dakota to do so.
You snuggled baby bear cubs.
Yeah, little baby brown bear cubs. They were so cute. They just latched onto you like you're their mother, and they were so adorable, and it was so much fun.
Did they try to feed off of you?
No, maybe I should take my shirt off and tried though. But they just had these, they kind of cried a little bit. They were just so sweet.
Oh, for God's sake!
Cute little noses.
The way they're miserable and they're crying.
But it's more just kind of like a. That's my impression of a baby bear cub.
You didn't see them? You didn't see the staff drug them beforehand or anything? Whenever I see that kind of a setup on television or in person, come cradle this bear cub, lion, tiger, Komodo dragon, whatever. I always assume they're shooting so much dope into these friggin' things. I mean, come on. I could be wrong. I just always think that animal's got to be higher than a Tanzania. You ever been there, Josh?
No, but I have a girlfriend who taught there.
Tanzania. How do I say that?
Tanzania.
Tanzania.
At least that's how she pronounced it. Maybe it's Tanzania.
You had a girlfriend who taught what?
English.
Get the hell out of this.
One of those programs.
Is that right?
She went over there for a few months and do some teaching.
She went all the way to Tanzania.
And I'll tell you, she had maybe 2 months worth of vaccinations she had to get beforehand.
She must have really wanted to teach English.
Well, very passionate about it. Yeah,
very passionate.
She wanted the experience.
How many? 2 months worth of vaccinations?
2 months worth of shots.
Like real vaccinations or fake vaccinations?
What do you mean by that? Oh, well, this was back when they were real.
Oh, this is back when diseases and vaccinations were real?
Yeah, like when people, understood.
Sure.
Yeah, she had quite a few. I mean, just for stuff I've never even heard of.
By the way, I kind of went after isn't the way I wanted to put that. I kind of went after Cinnamon Ring Destroyer Jesus about his Jesus name. He's texted in again, and he's willing to compromise with his Jesus name.
What about Cinnamon Roll Destroyer Jesus? Everybody likes a cinnamon roll. It's a lot more innocent.
That paints a completely different picture. Yeah. Cinnamon roll.
Nobody has a problem with that.
That leads me to believe that you just can consume a lot of cinnamon rolls. I'll get back to you, Cinnamon Ring Destroyer Jesus. I'm happy to hear that you're willing to compromise.
Purple Belt Jesus, handsome fella, sent in a picture of he and his daughter, beautiful girl. It's her petting a little baby bear, just like you did, Dana.
Oh, nice.
And his caption was, "Shortly before the bear ate my daughter."
Oh! See, they forgot to give that one heroin. All right, where were we? Tanzania. A 44-year-old man just found out that he's been walking around town with a knife in his chest for the last 8 years. Someone had to tell him that. Here's the deal. Dude decided it was time to up and visit a doctor. Because, and get ready now, dude decided it was time to visit a doctor because, and some of you might find this slightly unsettling, because he had pus bubbling out of his right nipple.
Not sure why anyone would find that unsettling.
He said to the doctor, "Take a look at this here. Is pus supposed to be pulsating out of my right nipple like that?" And the doctor said, "Well, no." He had no other symptoms, no chest pain, no difficulty breathing, no cough, no fever. His vital signs were on the up and up. The doctor had no effing idea why dude was bleeding pus out of his right nip. The doctor put a bucket down onto the floor to catch the nipple pus.
That's a lot.
Because the floor of the doctor's office was getting all slick with pus. And wouldn't you know it, that's exactly when the new guy walked into the room for his first day as the doctor's assistant. Next thing you know, new guy's in the corner puking his guts out. The doctor was so lost with this, had no idea what was happening. He asked the dude, "Is there anything you can tell me to try and explain this steady stream of right nipple pus that's dripping down into a bucket at your feet?" And the dude said, "Well, around 10 years ago, I got into one hell of a street fight and some other guy stabbed the living hell out of me. Does that help you at all?" But the doctor wasn't listening because he was emptying the now full bucket of nipple pus down the drain of his sink.
My goodness.
The doctor said, as he was placing the empty nipple pus bucket back down between the dude's feet, the doctor said, "I'm sorry, what did you say?" And the guy said, "Around 10 years ago, I got into one hell of a street fight and some other guy stabbed me all over my body. Does that help you at all?" And the doctor said, "Well, yes, it does."
And they had to say all this, have this conversation with the smell of fresh puke from the new guy in the corner?
Right. Yes. New guy in the corner puking his guts out in the corner. Over here in the central part of the room, nipple pus dripping into a bucket. Emptying the bucket, everything.
Well,
yeah.
They're probably like holding on to chairs and tables as their feet slide on all that pus,
right,
trying to stand straight up.
Right. So they turned loose the X-ray machine, and they found a knife buried in the dude's chest. It had been there for 8 years, and he never knew. It obviously got there during that street fight. The knife managed to dodge any major organs. So, the knife was carefully extracted during surgery. They drained out all the pus. They had to use an old handheld sump pump to remove all of the pus. And now, the guy, he's doing just fine.
got a hell of a story.
You never thought to go get that checked out earlier.
He never had any symptoms.
I mean, you heard how much pus was coming out of that.
Yeah, I did. I did hear about the pus. I mean, the story doesn't give a timeline. I mean, I'm just assuming that the nipple pus problem had just begun.
It must have.
No symptoms, never had any pain, no trouble breathing, no coughing, no nothing. Josh's mom's master Jesus. Are we making this nipple pus story up? No. Did we intentionally make it even more grotesque than it had to be? Yes. But were we making it up? No.
He thinks we're really milking that boob pus story.
Oh, man. All right, we got to get going very shortly. But we got one more here for you. Weddings can be very expensive. And sure, there are plenty of shortcuts that can dummy down the overall cost, but it says here that the average wedding costs $33,000 these days.
Oh, my gosh.
Good Lord.
We spent $5,000. 33, but I mean, I guess I've heard people say way more than that even.
I've been to some weddings where I wouldn't even want to know how much it cost. Very extravagant.
Oh, God. My first wedding? I don't know the answer, but I bet it blew past $33,000 pretty easily. Pretty easily. My first wedding was as fancy and by God schmancy as you can imagine. I don't even know how many people we had there. At any rate, my more recent wedding cost whatever a marriage license costs. And then we took 2 other people out for dinner. I mean, but we were in our 50s. Who cares? The average wedding costs $33,000 these days. That breaks down to about $284 per guest. So what do you think about this here? There's a new application that has cut loose in Europe where couples can go ahead and sell tickets to their wedding. It's not intended for your family and friends before you panic and say, oh, well, it's not intended for your family and friends. It's so a couple can sell tickets to strangers and get a little bit of that wedding money back in their pocket.
Yeah, I can't imagine doing something like that. What if they're douchebags?
Yeah, sure. Maybe the rest of the information will help you out, Josh. It goes like this. You choose how many tickets you want to make available. Paying ticket holders can come mingle with guests and enjoy the event. So I guess you'd have actual wedding crashers who are paying to be there. It might feel weird to know that there are complete strangers at your wedding. And, I mean, not just douchebags. Josh just said, they could be douchebags. They could be totally insane. Because in my opinion, if you're the type to pay to go to a stranger's wedding, you likely have some deep personal problems.
That's my thought.
But that's how the gimmick plays out. Strangers paying to come out, hang out, stare at you on what is supposedly the happiest day of your life. The couples can choose how much to charge. Generally, tickets would be between $100 and $200. Couples can also approve sales after first seeing the profiles of prospective guests.
Yeah, I'd go back and check their Instagram accounts for sure before I just, come on in.
Right. So there is some research the couple can do before they allow a complete stranger to pay them to be a guest at their wedding.
I mean, they're off from the get-go, so what's even the point? So
I agree. I agree.
I really want to go to your wedding, complete stranger. Go ahead. Yeah, vet me. Here's all my information. Here's my $200.
It doesn't matter how clean their Instagram or Facebook account is. If you are going to pay to go to a stranger's wedding, you must have something wrong with you. But they can at least look a little ways into the background of these guests. The guests have to agree to strict rules, including a dress code, arriving on time, drinking in moderation, not sharing photos without permission, and a hands-off policy with the bridesmaids.
See, I would think that would be the motivation for someone to go. is hoping to hook up with somebody else.
Word. Also, a wedding photographer would have to know who the outsiders are so the married couple doesn't end up with a bunch of pictures of people they don't know. The app is called Invitin, Invitin. It's just a small little gimmick in France for now, but it could become a thing in the U.S. down the road. God help us all.
I think I'd pay $200 not to go to a wedding.
Hell yes. Hell yes. I don't know. It'd be nice to get some of that money back. Imagine 10, 12 strangers are paying you $200 to go to your wedding, and you're thinking, that's a pretty good chunk of change coming back our way. But that just doesn't seem right to me. Yes, I know we looked at your Facebook page, we looked at your Instagram page, but I would still, as you know, you're having fun with your friends and family, every few minutes, I know I'd be side-eyeing those strangers.
Me too.
Wondering what they might be capable of. Somebody texted in and says, this is duck butter, Jesus. This could be the plot to a low-budget horror movie.
And don't you think it also says something about the couple? I mean, maybe some folks are doing this simply for the money, but just to assume people would want to spend money to go to your wedding, I can't imagine.
It says a lot of damn things. I don't know what we're going to do next around here. It's coming off the rails.
Sports on the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
And swinging a drive into right field and deep. Perez at the wall. It is gone, and the Twins finally have their first grand slam. Brooks Lee to the dock in right, and the Twins finally put up that long-awaited crooked number and break it open.
Well, the Twins have no problem beating the living hell out of Detroit as long as their former teammate Chris Paddock is pitching.
Boy, oh boy, that guy has some trouble against the Twins.
They beat his ass. They did. That was Brooks Lee hitting his first career grand slam. And the Twins beat the Tigers 8-1 yesterday to avoid an embarrassing 4-game sweep. I was out of town over the weekend. I missed all of the festivities with the Corey Koski and the 65. You guys get a piece of that or not?
I read about it. I didn't watch it live or anything.
Saw some highlights on social media. I think they had like 24 Twins Hall of Famers there on Sunday. That's pretty cool.
Dick Bramer was the host of the festivities for Corey Koski, right?
Nice to see him, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well, there you effing. We'll ask Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder what they made of it when they join us here in about a half an hour. So the Twins open a home series against the Athletics tomorrow night.
Two fan bases that currently love their ownership.
Yeah. A lot of happy baseball fans in the Twin Cities and in Oakland, California.
I hope Oakland fans and Twins fans just get hammered and just commiserate with each other at the games this week.
Sure.
The sell the team chants were pretty loud.
When he had to, there were some other instances where the pitches that he was making, good pitches that didn't get called for strikes, bad pitches that maybe got...
Timmy Longball Laudner trying to talk on the post-game show.
You could tell he's a little flustered.
Bunch of drunks in the background hollering, sell the team. Real quick, if you're just joining us, Smashley has begun her maternity leave. Her little baby boy was born yesterday. She's fine. Baby's fine. She gone. We'll hope to hear from her now and again, but the official baby of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show is finally here. And Josh, real quick, Ashley's little baby boy wasn't the only critter who was launched into life, however I should have said that yesterday. This is quite an honor. Tired Mechanic Jesus texted the program and said he hatched 2 baby chicks yesterday, and if they are both roosters, he will name them Nick and Josh.
Oh, wow, that's awesome.
That's cool.
It's the sweetest damn thing I've heard all morning long.
Thank you so much for that.
I mean, the sweetest thing. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder will join us in a half hour for more of this jaw-jacking about jock sniffing, but stick around. Cubby's News is coming up next.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
I am Michael Rosenbaum.
I am Tom Welling.
Welcome to Talkville,
where it's fun to talk about Smallville.
We're going to be talking to sometimes guest stars. Are you liking the direction Lois is going in?
Yeah, because I'm getting more screen time.
It's good. But mostly it's just me and Tom remembering.
I think we all feel like there was a scene missing here.
You got me, Tom.
Let's revisit it. Let's look at it. See what we remember.
See what we remember.
I had never been around anything like that before. I mean, it was so fun.
Talkville. Talkville.
I just had a flashback.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Let's get into it.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
She could have died. Anything could have happened to her more than just being hit over the head and having 17 stitches.
A 35-year-old mother is facing charges after attacking a teenage girl who didn't get along with her daughter at Long Island, that is, high school. Police were called to the school about 11 a.m. Tuesday for a fight. A 14-year-old was leaving the building when she got into a heated exchange with a 15-year-old classmate. Instead of stepping in to calm things down, the older girl's mother struck her daughter's rival several times in the head with something that's historically eluded the state of Minnesota, a Stanley Cup. After she wielded the metal water bottle, she beat the girl silly before a security guard rushed over.
Her mom just came in and started beating me with the cup. I took my head because I saw blood dripping. I took my head and I saw blood all over my hands.
Tony Moore was arrested in the school parking lot a short time later. The teen was taken to the hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. In court, Moore's attorney painted her as a misunderstood mom, claiming the teen was clobbered because she was the aggressor. And his client was merely at the school for a meeting about bullying. She does not approve. The defense said she wasn't starting trouble, she was ending it, with a little help from some rugged hydration hardware. A video of the confrontation shows the two girls shouting at each other, Moore telling her daughter, "Give me your Stanley," seconds before she let stainless steel settle the score.
Oh, hand me that weapon so I can club this gal over the head with it.
Yeah, she didn't even, just use her fists on the kid. She went for it.
Mom was really there for a bullying seminar of some sort?
Well, I think a meeting with the teachers about the arguments these two girls were having.
Hilarious.
She has no prior criminal history, and she's facing 2 felony counts, second-degree assault and endangering the welfare of a child.
Oh, man. Well, that's not right.
That clip we played where the lady said she could have killed her, she's right. If you've ever had one of those Stanleys in your hands, they're durable, man. You could really... Obviously, the chick or the girl got 17 stitches. They're you could hurt somebody pretty good with one of those.
I believe you could dish out a beating with any kind of a drinking apparatus. Now, none of that is right, what happened there, Cubby. But wouldn't it be something back in the day, you step out of class and you see your mother in the hallway beating the living hell out of somebody?
I'd be so embarrassed and impressed at the same time. The new school year didn't exactly kick off on an honor roll for 2 moms, especially the one who flunked patience and failed Parenting 101 by threatening to shoot the other mom at morning drop-off on day 1. Police say 39-year-old Erica Cruz confessed she let her temper take the wheel after another parent and child were, quote, in her way while she was trying to drop off her kid. The school drop-off and pick-up, the most dangerous places you can ever go. According to the other mom, she walked her disabled son into the school when a vehicle came up behind them honking. Erica Cruz was behind the wheel, and Cruz lost control. She yelled, "Hurry the F up!" And even bumped her with the car before issuing the threat.
Cruz then stopped her vehicle, got out with a brown purse, and stated to the victim, "Say one more word, and I'm going to shoot you in the face."
Moments later, Cruz closed her bag, got back into the car, and continued toward the school, where officers detained her and found a loaded gun inside that purse. Cruz faced a judge Friday who remarked, "I guess she didn't have a good first day of school. What a terrible way for your child to begin, watching mom hauled off to jail. You have to be the adult, set the example. You need to relax. This is very upsetting," the judge said correctly. Investigators said the gun charge will likely be possession of a weapon on school property. And while the vehicle did hit the mom, officers don't believe that part was intentional.
I don't know what's going on over there, Josh, because it always seemed like my folks were in pretty damn good moods to drop us off somewhere. You know what I mean?
I'm with you on that. Yeah, they were very excited about it. Didn't take long for a 32-year-old Florida teacher to be sick of shaping young minds. He was busted for driving drunk on just the second day of school and on campus. Deputies were called about 11:40 a.m. Tuesday after reports of a single-car crash involving a tipsy teacher which traded textbooks for tequila. When a school resource deputy showed up, they found 32-year-old Philip passed out behind the wheel.
Old Phil, huh?
Yeah, his car still in gear. He apparently slammed into a fence in the back parking lot.
God.
Several empties within arm's reach. At the hospital, deputies noted his breath gave an odor of a frat house on the weekend, but he reportedly refused a blood draw. A teacher by trade, he still can't seem to learn this particular lesson. This was Philip's second DUI in about 10 years.
Two-time loser.
I guess. Hundreds of miles away in Illinois, a hit and run ended with a DUI arrest of a very familiar name, but no family ties. Police say a 28-year-old was arrested after a DUI crash while fleeing from an earlier hit and run. Officers spotted the suspected vehicle driven by Michael J. Fox.
F me.
Who led them on a high-speed chase that felt more Fast and Furious than Back to the Future. Michael J. Fox, not the actor, initially pulled over but then hit the gas, ran a red light, and crashed into a Honda CR-V carrying two people. When officers approached, they said Fox smelled strongly of alcohol, his eyes were glassy, and an open bottle was in plain view. A breathalyzer later showed a BAC at .267. The two people in the CR-V suffered minor injuries and were taken to the hospital.
Michael J. Fox, huh?
Yeah, he got busted.
I bet we'll be together for a million years.
I like that tune.
And I bet we'll be together for a million more. I can't remember the rest of the song, Josh. You go ahead.
I'm bad with the lyrics and whatnot.
Family ties.
I miss jingle. Well, I love jingle. I love that jingles are coming back in commercials, by the way. But I miss the opening songs to shows.
Like the cheesy kind?
Yeah, those
from back
were
in
the
the 80s and 70s?
Yep.
What would we do, baby, without us? It's a touching song, touching program.
Hopefully a state senator from Maplewood proves to be a better lawmaker than lane changer. Because early Thursday morning, the 38-year-old was arrested on suspicion of driving while impaired, his second alleged drunk driving arrest while serving in the legislature.
Here in the state of Minnesota?
Yeah. According to the Minnesota State Patrol, a trooper pulled over a Honda CR-V on U.S. Highway 36 in Maplewood about 2:40 a.m. after noticing it weaving in its lane and failing to use a signal. When the senator took a breath test, it reportedly came back at .09. He has since issued an apology.
He also says, I take full responsibility for my actions and sincerely apologize to my constituents and the people I have let down.
He has some mea culpa practice. In 2022, while serving his second term in the House, he was charged with DWI after Blaine police stopped him and found his blood alcohol content .11. At the time, he admitted he made a terrible mistake. Now, in year 3 of his Capitol career, already an alleged two-time, that is, terrible mistake champ, he represents Senate District 44, which covers Little Canada, North St. Paul, Oakdale, and parts of Maplewood.
Well, if it helps you at all, bro, you didn't exactly let me down. I've never heard of you.
Yeah, I'm doing okay, too.
Yeah, I mean...
I'm going to get past it. Two not-so-bright California women thought they pulled off a carjacking until they realized neither of them knew how to drive the stolen vehicle. It was a manual transmission, and neither nitwit could figure out the clutch. Turns out a stick shift might just be the most effective anti-theft device out there, especially when most car thieves are clueless teenagers, police say. With their getaway grinding to a halt, the duo drafted a disastrous plan B. Kidnap the car's actual owner and force him to be their unwilling Uber. About 5:30 p.m. on August 3rd, a couple was walking back from a park restroom when they spotted a woman who looked like she needed help. But when they approached, she pulled a gun, demanded their stuff and their car, and even pistol whipped the wife, giving her the good old-fashioned Oakland how do you do. The armed woman, along with another woman and a juvenile, jumped into the couple's car, but immediately discovered they couldn't drive it. And that's when they shoved the husband behind the wheel.
You drive, son of a bitch.
When officers got to the park, they found the wife bleeding from a head injury and put out an alert for that stolen vehicle. Not long after, police spotted it. The kidnapped driver pulled over, and the two women made a run for it, but didn't get far.
Jesus, what a nightmare.
Yeah.
Come on.
I love that they were thwarted by that. Meanwhile, Minneapolis is facing its own wave of vehicle crimes, a spree of break-ins, which has left hundreds of cars with shattered windows.
And to have these things repeatedly happen, I hope that there's something that folks who have been victimized, they can get something or some type of support that would be helpful.
Just last Wednesday night, another round of break-ins hit the city, pushing the total number of damaged vehicles to more than 400 since mid-July. Jeez. The latest spree alone left at least 125 vehicle owners dealing with smashed glasses in neighborhoods across northeast and south Minneapolis.
Nothing really happens. No one gets caught, so it happens again. So, I mean, who's to say it doesn't happen in another 3 weeks?
So far, police haven't made any arrests and are urging residents to call 911 if they see anything suspicious and check doorbell or security camera footage for possible leads.
Yeah, what a drag.
I live in Minneapolis and park on the street, and every morning it's a pleasant surprise when I walk out there and see that all my windows and windshields are intact.
It'll happen.
Yeah, I know. It's just one of these days, so it's like, all right, another day. I'm in the clear. Perfect.
I was going to do it last Thursday, but I had some stuff going on.
Oh,
so
you were busy last week, yeah.
Hopefully this week. A man fled a traffic stop before becoming trapped in a Roseville swamp Thursday.
Trapped in a swamp?
Yep, that's pretty funny. Prompting a rescue, which ended in his arrest and probably a buttload of embarrassment. Police said they pulled over a car and found 2 people inside, including a passenger the driver wasn't supposed to be around because of a domestic abuse no-contact order.
Oh, no.
Before officers could arrest him, the man pieced out faster than Ashley's first husband, hurling himself toward freedom straight into a marshy swamp, which turned out to be pretty stupid. The thick muck wore him down.
Because of how thick the swamp is, the man got weak and tired. He needed to be rescued.
The sheriff's office brought in an airboat. Rescuers waded into the swamp to pull him out, turning his escape attempt into a humiliating surrender. Court documents revealed disturbing new details in an attempted massacre in southern Minnesota last week.
Attempted massacre?
Yes, featuring prayers, projectiles, and PlayStation. Deputies raced to the scene about 10:30 p.m. Monday after reports of gunfire. By then, the victim was already in an ambulance with bullet fragments lodged in her eyeball and her brain. Yee. Back inside the house, the husband didn't hear anything. He was playing video games, he said. He only realized his wife had been shot when she called him on his cell phone. After the call, he tossed the controller and ran outside, discovering his wife huddled in their Jeep, anointed by 7 rounds. Investigators traced the gunfire to a neighboring apartment belonging to a 64-year-old. At first, she claimed the bullet holes in her bathroom window, quote, were always there. But deputies found the holes lined up perfectly with those in the Jeep, and the woman confessed. She admitted grabbing her son's .22 caliber rifle and waiting in the bathroom as the Jeep pulled in. Believing both husband and wife were inside, she prayed, quote, guide my bullets like you guided David's rock.
Oh, for Pete's sake.
Then fired 7 times, deliberately choosing the biblical number referenced frequently in the Bible. At first, she said she just got tired of hearing her neighbors, but later revealed more.
The next day, she told deputies she believed they were murdering and raping people. She claimed she heard them digging graves in the basement, and she thought people and kids were buried there. She had to intervene because the justice system hasn't done anything to stop their criminal behavior.
Wee-hoo! Afterward, she said she felt calm, even as her neighbor bled. She later hid the rifle behind her stove and tucked the spent casings into a potted plant. She was arrested and booked into the Winona County Jail.
My damn.
Yeah, I don't know how you come back from that one.
Good.
I think she could use a talking to say the least.
I will be damned.
Adam Sandberg is 46.
Adam Sandberg?
Sandberg.
Samber?
Sandberg.
Adam?
Or, I'm sorry, Adam. Andy. My bad.
Oh.
There you go.
Yeah, Andy Sandberg. Is it me or were you I don't know what happened there.
Well, I had never heard of Adam.
Yeah, Andy Sandberg.
Yeah. I was wondering who that man was.
Edward Norton, 56. Christian Slater, also 56. Dennis Leary, 68. Robert Redford, 89. And Malcolm Jamal Warner, who passed last month, would have been 55.
Son of a bitch.
Happy birthday to my cousin Ian, and Drain Surgeon Jesus texting a happy birthday to his son, turning the big 07 today. And that's 93X News.
Randy Shaver.
He farted terribly.
On the Half-Assed Morning Show.
When he had to, there were some other instances where the pitches that he was making, good pitches that didn't get called for strikes, bad pitches that maybe got called for strikes, and so Tarek Skubal.
Yeah, Twins fans would prefer. Twins fans would prefer if my friends, the Pohlad family, would just go ahead and sell the team. Tim Laudner and the rest of us heard that loud and clear during the Twins postgame show a couple nights ago. Hello to our bro lads, Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder.
Good morning.
Good morning. I didn't realize Randy was at the game Friday night.
You be right there with those drunks. Randy Shaver, holler and sell the team the way you lost your temper last week.
Probably, if I was in that position, but yeah.
Put on a fake mustache or something so nobody recognizes you. Just start hollering your ass off.
By the way, let's just get this out of the way right away. I'm back in my office today because we start school next week, and guess who just showed up?
Well, I'm going to say
Darko Milicic.
Can you hear him?
Yeah, we sure can.
Okay.
No kidding.
Yeah, I'm not kidding. Literally 3 minutes ago.
Well, I mean, he's nothing if not reliable. Yeah. The leaf blower guy.
Just want to get it out of the way. So
back at work, huh?
Yeah.
All right. Congratulations to you.
What, Randy?
I said that sucks for you.
Yeah, it does.
You don't want to be back at work?
Well, does anybody? I mean,
you don't like your job?
No, I do. It's fine.
The students?
We start next week. We start classes next week. So
just pull an Ashley and have a baby. Then you don't have to work for a while.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah. Well,
did you boys send a congratulatory text message or MySpace message or whatever to Ashley yet?
I was going to wait until today because I realized after what she went through, she probably needs to decompress a little bit.
If folks didn't already hear, our coworker Ashley finally pushed out the official baby of the 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
I think I was the winner, too.
Unfortunately, nobody won.
No winner.
Didn't you pick Saturday?
Well, weekend.
So am I picking Saturday the whole weekend?
I don't think you can get the whole weekend.
I think it's the person who is closest to the date without going over.
We're not giving anybody any closest to the pins, and no, Randy, you can't claim an entire weekend as part of the bet. Everyone bet on a specific date.
I think I said
no,
you said I have it all written down. Technically, her water broke, and she had a window where it could have happened for you, Randy.
Yes. Well, then, see, I should get at least half credit for that.
Yeah. Oh.
We all missed out on the money. Somebody do the arithmetic for me. What's 150 times 5?
Well, we got, is that 750?
You missed out on $750, Randy.
That's wrong.
That's some solid beer money right there.
Now, you would have blown it on betting on one random Twins game.
Yeah.
Mid-season Twins game of two teams playing out the string.
Yeah, I thought Randy had it. She texted us around 8-something Saturday night.
Yep.
And saying, hey, my water broke. I'm on my way in. I'm not going to see you bitches for 6 weeks. I think that was pretty much the text. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't until 4:59 a.m. yesterday.
Yeah.
You think you would have gambled that money away, Randy?
It's a very good chance I could have.
Yeah. It is fantasy football season. You probably got some fantasy dues to pay.
Yes.
Yeah.
But that's good for her. Congratulations. That's
8
awesome.
pounds, 8 pounds of ungrateful child plopped down onto the floor.
Jeez.
We hear that mom and baby are fine. Her supportive husband, Jeremy, is going in for a blood test today. And, I mean, he's been very supportive throughout the pregnancy. So I do have my fingers crossed for Jeremy. I do.
How many drinks has she had now already?
Dana was asking that earlier.
We haven't heard from her.
Yeah, I asked her husband when I was texting with him, I said, did you have like a mimosa prepared for her or anything? Because I know I've seen some of my friends have done that. You know, they're holding their baby and have a little celebratory toast. But he said no booze in the hospital.
No booze in the hospital. You can get around that.
Oh, I just meant like he didn't bring any. I know you can get away. I know you can sneak something in, but
I thought you were mentioning the strict rules and regulations of the.
They pat you down like you're walking into the Metrodome back in the day.
Something tells me Smashley is going to turn down a mimosa. You know what I mean? A little too fancy for her.
Yeah, she's like, this is kid stuff. Where's my
warm?
Where's my 8 fingers of Jack?
She's been drinking mimosas since middle school.
Yeah.
She wants a warm Meisterbrow. So there you go. Congratulations to Ashley. We'll hear from her soon enough, I'm sure, when she's ready to say hello. But what a hell of a deal. Any stories from the weekend out of you two guys? I mean, not that anything could top childbirth, I guess, but did you have anything happen this weekend we need to know about? Randy, how was your time at the Vikings game?
It was very enjoyable.
A few people text me some videos and photos. You look like you were having a good time leading that Skol chant.
It was a nice experience and really good people, not just with the Vikings, but people I was hanging with from the Star Tribune, so it was good.
You told us last week for this past practice football game between the Vikings and the New England Patriots, you were going to be leading the Skol chant beforehand where everyone starts clapping and that whole gimmick. So you got a good pop from the crowd and everything, Randy?
Well, it wasn't a lot. It wasn't a very big crowd.
Oh, there wasn't?
Oh, gosh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, I think most people on turned out to be an early rainy day, probably just said, you know what, screw it. I'm not going to.
They're not drawn. They didn't draw much for this preseason game against.
It sure didn't look like it to me, but
somebody texted in and said Josh Dobbs owns the Vikings. Did Josh Dobbs have a great performance against the Vikings?
You know what, Nick? I was so busy doing other stuff.
Yeah.
I think I watched maybe 4 plays of the entire game.
No, well, it's a preseason game. Who gives a rat's ass?
There were a couple of connections of the half-ass morning show at the game. Randy did the Skol chant, and our guy Andrew DePaula became the first Viking long snapper in history to be on the cover of the Game Day program.
Is that a factor?
Oh,
yeah.
Fabulous.
Mm-hmm. In the history of the Vikings?
They've never had a long snapper on the program.
Huh.
On the game day. Who the hell keeps track of that?
I don't. I think maybe they just assume. They're like, well, what other long snapper would we have put on the cover?
Oh, so somebody just said that?
No, I'm sure it's accurate.
You have to ask him when he comes on the first time if it was an honor to be on the game program or if he felt slighted that it was a preseason game.
I actually messaged him that because he posted about it, and I said, do you feel kind of slightly like they still kind of slighted you because you're the first long snapper to be on the program, but it was during a second preseason game that 10,000 people were at? It is kind of fitting for his self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
One listener texted in Ginger Welder Jesus, who was at the game Saturday, and says, Randy, you have white guy rhythm. Your clap, he says, was off.
I did notice everybody in the stadium, theirs was together and Randy's wasn't quite there yet.
Come on, dude.
I could see doing that for sure.
Well, there you were. You brought the whole family to the Vikings practice game. Glad you had a good time.
Yeah, it was good.
Oh, man. While we're at it, is there anything useful to talk about from that practice game?
Like I said, I think I watched like 4 plays.
Well, no, and Brad Ryder, Dana, Josh, did you watch? I don't bother with it.
I mean, I think Max Brosmer had another really nice outing. I'd be shocked if this guy doesn't make the team.
I think what I watched a little bit of the second half. I didn't watch the first half. They made a lot of mistakes. I mean, it was to be maybe expected during a preseason game. But on the broadcast, they had O'Connell on during the third quarter, and he was not a happy camper when they had him live on the telecast, just because there was a lot of false start penalties, a lot of stuff that they could clean up. But
well, cut him. Kelvin O'Conrad, he dumped an F-bomb during his in-game interview live on television with the play-by-play announcers. I guess he cursed.
Yeah.
Say about this play call, fellas. What do we got? That's a fast motion. Oh, no.
No, that's not good.
Oh, no.
The mouth on that guy. All right, fair enough. I'm the last guy that's going to want to get into an in-depth conversation about fake football games. They play another one, I'm guessing, in the coming days. Here's a guy, the British ambassador to the United States. That's a hell of a gig, right? The British ambassador to the United States. He goes by the handle of Lord Peter Mendelsohn. Okay. Anyone here ever met a lord or a lady?
No.
No.
Lord.
Certainly not a lady.
Well, what the hell kind of Lord Peter Mandelson, the British ambassador to the United States, he wants to bring the Super Bowl to Britain.
No.
It won't ever happen.
No. You can forget that idea.
What?
You can forget that idea.
Get it all the way early in the day. Don't have to wait all day for the Super Bowl.
No, you're not going to have. Not going to
The
have.
NFL would never do that.
It says here, problem number one, the Super Bowl has always kicked off in the late afternoon around here, early evening on the East Coast, earlier in the afternoon, obviously, on the West Coast. And, that's all very strategic, prime time this, big ad dollars that, all that. If, to maintain that start time here in the States, if they were to play the Super Bowl in Britain, the game would have to kick off at 11:30 p.m.
Local time?
Local time, yes, in Britain. Well, I think maybe not before you die, Randy Shaver.
Maybe before I die.
Wow, thanks, Nick.
Well, come on. What are we talking about? I mean, what? You're not older than the rest of us? You're older than the rest of us.
Yes.
And you are going to die.
Well, thank you.
Remember that scene from, what was that great Bill Murray movie where he was just a buffoon? Not Groundhog. Where Richard Dreyfuss, or What About Bob?
What About Bob?
Oh, God. I love that movie, What About Bob?
So far this morning, we've learned Randy has no rhythm and that he's going to die someday.
Remember, Bill Murray's hanging out with, like, this Darksider kid. Bill Murray's 40 years old. This Darksider kid's, like, 12. And the kid is obsessed with death. And at one point in the movie, the kid says, "You ever think about that? One day I'm going to die." And he looks at Bill Murray and says, "You're going to die." And Bill has the most terrified look on his face. Anyway, it's the liquor talking. But maybe not before Randy dies, but before maybe Dana dies. By then, there's got to be a Super Bowl played somewhere outside of the United States. They have such an erection for this universal
global game.
Don't you? I think it'd be.
Nope.
I think it's going to happen.
There'd have to be teams outside the U.S. before they would do that.
You don't think they'll run one special occasion Super Bowl in London?
Nope.
All right. Well, F you guys.
What if they did the AFC and NFC championship games on neutral ground?
Nope.
I think it'll happen before Dana's dead.
The WWE has a pay-per-view coming up in France. I'm really looking forward to an 11 a.m. Sunday pay-per-view. That's going to be nice. That's right in my wheelhouse.
Here's one of our listeners who met Lord Alfred Hayes from the WWF.
Sweet.
Man, I love watching his little updates when I was a kid on what was going on with the WWF.
Back to Ashley real quick, how she had her baby. They're still in the hospital, and they're actually listening right now. I got a text message from her husband, and he said, "We're listening right now, and the nurse just heard you guys imply that we are going to sneak booze into the room, so I'm pretty sure we're on a watch list now."
That discharge time has been slid up.
Yeah, these two are trouble. You guys can just leave right now.
Ashley and her supportive friend, Jeremy, are listening right now?
Yeah, they're listening.
That's great.
Mm-hmm.
That's great. Stalks, turkeys, Jesus. He doesn't think that a Super Bowl will ever take place in England. He says here they're too SAWFT soft over there for the NFL. He says those pansies eat beans on toast and they think 70 degrees with no humidity is a heat wave. They're too soft. They arrest people for mean tweets in England. Is that true? They really go out and arrest people for mean tweets?
Oh, I don't know about that, but maybe.
They do in China.
Is that right? Well, I'll tell you this right now. The Twins have no problem clubbing Chris Paddock to death.
It's almost like they sent him in there to be a mole. They traded him just as...
Awesome.
He's still technically a twin.
And swinging a drive into right field and deep. Perez at the wall. It is gone. And the Twins finally have their first grand slam. Brooks Lee to the dock in right. And the Twins finally put up that long-awaited crooked number and break it open.
There you go. Brooks Lee hit his first career grand slam. The boys put up 8 runs on 9 hits in 5 or so innings against Chris Paddock, who was starting yesterday for the Detroit Tigers. 8-1 win. They avoided the series sweep. We got to see the Buck truck. Josh, of course, drives the Cuck truck. Byron Buxton had 3 hits on the day.
There's actually a driver. I usually watch him.
You watch him drive the Cuck truck? So they avoided the sweep. They avoided the Twins relief pitchers Michael Tonkin, Cole Sands, and Genesis Cabrera at one point struck out 7 straight Tiger hitters. There were some good things to see yesterday. Next up, the Twins open a home series against the Athletics tomorrow night. Did you see any of the festivities over the weekend, Randy Shaver, Brad Ryder?
I saw a little bit on social.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
I did not watch the actual ceremony, but saw some stuff.
I missed it, too. I was out of town. They had the 65 team hanging out. They had Corey Koski going into the Twins Hall of Fame. Congratulations to those folks.
They had a lot of former Twins Hall of Fame guys back, though, which is great. I mean, the picture of all of them, I looked at it last night. I mean, that's quite the group.
Oh, yeah. And Dick Bramer was the MC for the event. I'm glad that he still gets in there and does. He's so wonderful. He deserves
to be that person.
He does deserve to be that person, and he's so wonderful as a MC, a host for those kinds of things. He's Dick Bramer, for Christ's sake. A listener texted in and said, yes, England has social media police, and people have gone to prison for what they've posted. You know what? That's a pretty damn good idea. Why don't we start doing that? I'm serious.
Our prisons would be overcrowded.
Well, they already are. I kind of like that.
That'd be one way to get control of social media.
Yeah, that's what I mean, Brad Ryder. Okay, I'm going to come around to this. I'm going to start pushing for jail time for social media pricks. Hey, how about this? For you folks who go to the St. Paul Saints ballpark, they're thinking about putting a year-round Ferris wheel at the St. Paul Saints ballpark.
That'd be cool.
I love the Ferris wheel. Here we are on the week of the State Fair opening. In a couple of days, the State Fair will be open. I still love riding the Ferris wheel. Anybody else?
Oh, I do too.
I'll pass.
Yeah, I'll pass.
Was it last week, Josh, you were talking about some Ferris wheel nightmare you had?
Oh, yeah, not really a nightmare. We were talking about getting stuck on rides, and we were stuck on a Ferris wheel.
You got stuck on the Ferris wheel?
In high school, that was a place you go to do some smooching at the fair.
Sure.
St. Paul Saints officials say they're thinking about propping up a Ferris wheel. It would be just beyond left field. It would be available on more than just game days. 150-foot tall. Oh, no. With an enclosed gondola. No.
Oh, you got to be open air.
No, enclosed Ferris wheels suck.
You can't do it year-round if you're going to be open air.
But just we can tough it out, for Christ's sake. I just hate it.
Nothing like that 10 below Ferris wheel ride on January 10th.
Well, so what? So what?
Yeah, just don't go that day.
Yeah, Brad, maybe just keep your bitch ass at home that day and let the rest of us do it. They had a year-round open-air Ferris wheel at a bar over there in Northeast Minneapolis. I went on that sumbitch in the winter. Toughen up a little bit.
Oh, that was year-round? I didn't know that.
Yeah, Betty Dangers.
Yeah.
I didn't know that went all year.
All I'm saying is enclosed Ferris wheels suck. Going up on the Ferris wheel is beautiful when you got a cool breeze. You can spit on people below. They have no idea where it's coming from. Don't close in the Ferris wheel. This isn't skiing. The Milwaukee Brewers set a new franchise record for consecutive wins Saturday. They beat Cincinnati, and that made for their 14th consecutive victory. Now, the streak was broken yesterday by the Reds, so they weren't able to climb any higher, but they still set the franchise all-time mark. They're shooting for most wins in a season in Brew Crew history. 97 wins is the goal. If they hit 97, they'll become the winningest regular season Brewers team ever. It was only 7 years ago that they set the mark. Now this current club is looking to break that mark. Next up for the Brewers is a series in Chicago against the sissy-ass Cubs. What the hell was going on at the Cubs game Friday?
Everything happened at that game.
Everything happened.
I woke up to like 3 emails from Josh about pulling 3 different audio clips. I'm like, what was in the water or what was in the beer at Wrigley?
It was a Friday. The Chicago Cubs hosted the Pittsburgh Pirates. And first, during the 7th inning stretch, Jesus balls, can we get a heads up? The crowd was thinking. During the 7th inning stretch, a fighter jet came flying over Wrigley Field, and it scared the balls out of everyone in attendance, including the players in the dugout.
Hayden Christensen from the new Star Wars movies, he was singing Take Me Out to the Ball Game with his daughter when it happened.
This Hayden guy and everyone else at Wrigley Field thought they were dead. The video of the Cubs players diving for cover in the dugout is also something to see. Is that up on our website?
I'm not 100% sure. We have a new website poster, so she has them. I don't know if she got to it.
They thought they were under attack. Just a red-haired dude with the big red beard, Justin Turner.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specifically, if you watch that video, look for Justin Turner's reaction. He absolutely dives for cover. So word is the fighter jet was rehearsing for the annual Chicago Air and Water Show.
And he flew over Wrigley?
Right over it, yeah.
The noise, the audio that Josh has, I mean, can't even really do it justice. How enormous the sound was as it went over the top of the ball field.
I can testify to that noise when we were at the race in February.
Oh, the 500?
The Daytona 500.
Oh.
When they flew over you at that place, I mean, it's deafening and it's frightening if you don't know what's coming.
It's pretty cool when you're expecting it, but
yes,
I can imagine it would scare the bejesus out of you if you're not expecting it.
Nick, when you were trying to come up with Justin Turner's name and you said the big redhead with the big beard, I thought, oh, Seamus was at the game? That's awesome.
Yes. The Irish curse or whatever his name was, yes.
At the Daytona, they flew over us and then circled back to come back over the stands.
Yeah.
And nobody knew they were coming back. It scared the hell out of me.
Oh, I love that kind of stuff.
I do, too, when I know it's coming. That was awesome. The video, specifically, again, the Cubs dugout, they're gathering their mitts to go back out onto the field, and this, I mean, they just were.
Have you ever gone to an air show, anybody?
No.
Oh, you should go. It is so good. And then a few years ago on September 11th, they had some flyovers. You could go out a few different places and watch it, and that was great, too.
I know you're into that kind of a thing. Didn't you get to set in the cockpit at one point or another?
Yeah, it's a couple retired planes. We did it in San Diego at on the big aircraft carriers.
Sure.
And then here at the over by the airport, they have a military base where they do it too.
Josh, when you sat there, did you do the noises?
No. Pew, pew, pew. I've never seen a fighter jet that goes pew, pew, pew. But maybe I would have been doing it wrong.
All right, before we continue on with the madness at Wrigley Field from Friday, we got to go back to this. There was a conversation we had earlier. English folks want the Super Bowl to be played in their country. I predict it'll happen before Dana's dead, in Dana's lifespan. He's a little younger than the rest of us. Randy Shaver and Brad Ryder say absolutely not. How about this? Gamer Jesus texted in. He predicts England will host a Super Bowl before the Vikings win one. Where do you go with that?
That's a tough call.
I would say that's a draw because it'll be a while before the Vikings win one, and there's no way that they're playing one in England.
All right.
This person texted in. I wish I had a name here. They were at an air show. Jet did a high-speed pass while he was in a porta potty. He nearly crapped on himself.
God. Oh, my God.
He nearly crapped on himself.
Yes.
God.
That would just terrify.
Yeah, you got to get a heads up on that stuff. Okay. At that same Cubs game Friday, a fan made the television broadcast. How do you say that, Josh?
A broadcast is how I say it.
A fan made the television broadcast regret showing him. we got a surprise double bird incident.
Uh-oh.
So a Cubs fan retrieves a foul ball. The ball deflected right to this slob. He didn't even have to get up out of his seat to catch this foul ball. It went off a couple people's head, landed right in his lap. He stands up, putting his arms in the air to celebrate what he's done, and then he busts out the double bird.
Fly ball left side, but that one twisting and moving off into the seats. Oh, nice grab. Yes, you're a champion. Hey.
Those readers, did he have readers on?
I think so.
1.25 probably.
I love the announcer who goes by the name of John Boog Sciambi, whoever that guy is.
Yeah.
Nice grab, he says. The fan stands up, puts his arms in the air. Boog says, yes, you're a champion. And then when the guy busts out the double bird, you hear Boog say, hey. And then the other guy tried to make a lame joke about whether or not he had glasses. Okay, how about the Super Bowl played in Canada?
No.
No.
In Dana's lifetime? No?
It's putting a lot of pressure on me to live a long time here.
All right, you guys don't like that idea, huh?
I don't think so.
All right, back to baseball. No. Old lard ass. What's the nickname again for
Big
that?
Dumper?
Big Dumper.
Cal Raleigh.
Cal Raleigh, Mariners catcher Cal Raleigh. Saturday, he went 3 for 5 with 2 doubles, a home run, and 2 RBI in a win over the Metropolitans. In the process, he hit the 100 RBI mark for the season. That's the second consecutive 100 RBI season for Lardass. With that, he becomes the first catcher in 25 years to have consecutive seasons with triple-digit RBI. Name the last catcher to have back-to-back seasons of triple-digit RBIs. 25 years ago it happened.
25 years ago it happened?
Yes, 25 years ago.
Pudge Rodriguez.
Good guess, but no.
Piazza.
Mike Piazza is correct.
Yeah.
Mike Piazza actually had triple-digit RBIs in 5 consecutive seasons.
That's impressive.
So, Cal Raleigh.
And that's not during a time where he could DH either. I think he'd have to play catcher.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Because he's a National League player.
Yep.
Good point. I'll go along with that. Cal Raleigh currently leads the league with 100 RBIs. Maybe he got another one yesterday. I don't know. But he currently leads the league in RBIs. He's also leading the league in dongs. He's only 2 more home runs away from Salvador Perez's single-season catcher home run record of 48. And this is the part that blew me away. He's within reach of Mickey Mantle's switch hitter single-season home run record of 54.
Wow.
Jesus.
It's going to be really hard for him not to win the MVP, in my mind. I mean,
wow.
Seattle would not be in the playoff chase without him.
You think he's going to win the MVP?
I think he's got a really, really strong case to win it.
Yeah, I think he does, but I still think playing in a market like Seattle, it's going to be super difficult for him to be an MVP.
I just pulled up the odds real quick, Randy. Aaron Judge is number 1.
Yes.
Far and away the leader in the clubhouse to win the MVP.
Yeah.
Cal Raleigh is second.
Aaron Judge is not the MVP of this baseball season. This friggin' guy is the MVP of this baseball season.
That's why I brought it up. That's why I brought it up, because this guy should be strongly considered.
Strongly considered? This is the guy.
Yeah, I know.
With his big fat ass. I love that. Guy's the best player in baseball.
Well, I wouldn't say he's the best player in baseball, but...
Well, whatever. You know what I mean. He's the most valuable player of this baseball season, and he's hauling around that big ass. Good for him. If Aaron Judge wins it, I'll be just as sick as that sissy from Oklahoma City who won the NBA. You know, friggin' ridiculous.
Use a comb.
All right. Speaking of all these wonderful baseball records, I saw a write-up yesterday of baseball stats or records that will never ever be broken. Some of them you heard a million times. Cal Ripken's Iron Man streak. Joe DiMaggio's 56-game hitting streak. Yep. Don Larson's perfect game in the World Series. Some of this stuff you've heard over and over again. There's one or two that you may have forgotten about. I wanted to throw them your way. Fernando Tatis, who I believe was playing for the St. Louis Cardinals in April of 1999, hit 2 grand slams in the same inning off the same pitcher.
Rough day for that pitcher.
Yeah, that'll never happen.
The pitcher, Chan-Ho Park of the Los Angeles Dodgers.
Maybe in Little League that could happen, but not here.
2 grand slams, same inning, same pitcher.
Yeah.
There were a couple more.
I would say that the stolen base record likely will never be touched.
Okay, right.
Ricky Henderson had like 104 or something like that. I don't know what the exact record is, but I just don't think they just don't run like that in baseball anymore.
It seems as if there's been a push the last 2 seasons towards a little more activity on the base paths, but you are very, very likely right, Randy Shaver, that will never be touched.
I mean, that's just...
A couple others I wanted to throw at you, maybe you weren't aware of or maybe you'd forgotten all about. Ichiro Suzuki, not really a record as far as I know, but a great statistic. Ichiro got his 3rd big league hit in his 10th at-bat. His career batting average never dipped under 300 after that. And how long did he play?
Long time.
Yeah.
Never dipped below 300 after his 10th at-bat.
Yeah. Keep in mind, though, he was a pro
of course.
Before he came here.
Of course.
So it's not like he was 21 years old or whatever.
No, but his freaking average...
I get it. Yep.
Tony Gwynn only struck out 434 times in 20 seasons. Over 10,000 plate appearances. He only struck out 434 times. So if you do the arithmetic, that is 0.04% of the time.
Yeah,
save the baseball if you got him to strike out swinging.
His career batting average was so high that he could have gone 0 for his last 1,183 at-bats and still finish with a career average above 300.
That's amazing. Yeah, that's...
Cy Young threw 92% complete games.
Yeah.
He started 815 games, 749 of them were complete games.
Should name an award after him.
Yeah.
Steve
Yeah, they should. I don't see it happening.
No. We'll see a Super Bowl in London before we see Cy Young get an award named after him.
Yeah.
In 1972, the Philadelphia Phillies went 59-72, and Steve Carlton, one of their starting pitchers, won 27 of those 59 games.
That'll never happen either.
And finally, only 0.01% of batters that Greg Maddux faced saw a 3-0 count. And here we go. Okay. Maddux faced 20,000 batters in his career. Of those, only 310 saw a 3-0 count. Of those 310, 177 were intentional walks.
That's wild.
He was so good, I hated him.
Yeah, he was full.
I hated him.
So doing the math, in a traditional at-bat, only 33 times in his entire career did a guy go 3-0 in a regular at-bat.
Mm-hmm. Randy Shaver mentioned Ricky Henderson. Cracking Skulls Jesus texted in because he can't remember. Who did Ricky Henderson think was the best? Ricky thought that Ricky was the best.
And just for point of reference, the leader in stolen bases at this point of the season has only 39.
Right.
So, I mean, that's just, the game has changed quite a bit from that. Even though they made the bases larger, thinking that might help stolen bases.
And I think the one thing they thought would help stolen bases, too, is that they only allowed a pitcher to throw over the first once now.
And that didn't make a difference either.
No.
Speaking of pitching, a Philadelphia Phillies pitcher by the name of Matt Strahm. He collects baseball cards. Even as a professional player himself, he collects baseball cards. He also collects Pokemon cards. And he says this: people always ask me when they're getting into cards, they ask me, what would you invest in, baseball cards or Pokemon cards? I always tell them Pokemon is the safer investment because Pokemon don't get injured.
People always ask me, like, when they're getting into cards, if, like, for an investment, what would you invest in? And I always tell them Pokemon's the safest investment. No, and they look at me like I have a third eye, and I go, well, Pikachu's not going to tear his ACL and miss the whole season. So, like, Charizard's not going to get a DUI driving home. Like, that's not going to happen. So, like, their market's kind of set.
Got a good point.
Pikachu is not going to tear his ACL and miss the whole season. Charizard is not going to get a DUI driving home. With baseball players, he says you wake up one morning and the card that was worth $1,100 might not be worth the paper it's printed on anymore.
Yeah, it's true. Or you may have a rookie card that you thought this guy's going to do nothing, and then he turns into a Hall of Famer. So
anyone still have any baseball cards?
Oh, I wish.
I've got a few, but boy, I know that my mom threw a whole bunch away about 20 years ago that I wish I still had.
Yeah.
She was going through your old bedroom up there in Clara City and just dumped them, huh?
Oh, she found some things in that bedroom.
Oh.
Not just baseball cards, I'm guessing, Brad.
It set the tone for the rest of his life.
Did you leave a ruler underneath the bed?
Didn't need it.
Did you leave anything else underneath the bed, Brad?
Mm-hmm.
You don't know.
No.
See, you don't know. None of us really know. There are a lot of things our parents could have brought up to us that they just kept to themselves.
I still have a few cards, but I know that I had a lot more that would have been worth a lot of money.
Yeah, I still got a stack of some cool Jordans and Kobe Bryants I've been meaning to send in to get graded.
Oh. Now, what about Pikachu? What's the name of the game again?
Pokemon.
You're into that, Dana, or?
Not my favorite Nintendo game, but yeah, it's something I dabble with.
What do you mean Nintendo? I thought it was a card game.
Oh, it's a video game too.
It's a video game too.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. Josh, Pokemon ever grab you?
No. Although, I mean, those are the ones we hear about, like folks breaking into stores and stealing, and some of those cards are worth thousands of dollars just out of the pack.
Yeah, we had a story in your news not too long ago about a guy who got shanked in line outside of a big box retailer waiting to get some Pokemon cards.
Oh yeah, you can see some folks fighting online for sure.
Yeah. And I just feel bad for the kids that just want to play the actual game, and all these adults buy them up. They're sold out, and just so they can resell them.
The people I know that play are adults. I don't know any kids that are really.
Oh, really?
There are listeners texting in, Brad. They are, what's the word I'm looking for there? Oh, I guess I can't come up with a word. I'll just go with assuming. There's a better word for this, but they're assuming that your mother threw those baseball cards away because they were all stuck together.
Brad really likes baseball.
Brad is jacking off.
Oh, my God.
I remember being devastated when I was a young kid in 1978. I went and got my hands on all the Kiss trading cards, the band Kiss.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't know they did merchandising. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's new.
That was the beginning of their disease. Their beyond greed, And I was young, so I really assumed that all of this stuff is baseball cards, Kiss cards will be worth such a fortune later in life. And most of that isn't true. But anyway, my cat crawled under my bed and took a piss all over my Kiss trading cards. And my mom threw them away. And I was devastated. Well, then, fast forward 10 years or whatever, and you could find them at places like Schindler's, even original packs and whatnot. And then I come to find out that they're really not worth that much money anyway. Not that long ago, I went through all my Sports Illustrated magazines, and saved the ones that were still in good condition because I've always been told, they'll be worth some money. They're not worth that much money. They have to be in absolute, untouched, pristine order to be even worth $5, $10.
And the very early issues, too.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You got to go back, way back. Yeah.
I have a couple of Ricky Henderson rookie cards. I know I do have those yet. And I know I do have a Wayne Gretzky rookie card. I know I hung on to that one.
Wayne Gretzky rookie card?
Yeah.
Well, look that up real quick. You got a computer in front of you?
Yeah.
I mean, you don't have to. What's the guy's name to my right, Josh?
That's Dana.
Dana. Look up
Aren't there like a bunch of different ones though? It can mean a lot of different things.
Yeah,
I get kind of confused.
I don't follow the trading card game. I never really did. I just assumed a bunch of things. But
what kind of condition?
I just looked it up. I mean, they're listed anywhere from 400 to 190,000. Seriously?
Whoa.
Anyway, I mean,
hope you got that.
So I think it just depends upon what kind of condition it's in. I think.
I have a good buddy who had a Jordan rookie card, and it was gem mint graded, so it was in the thing. It was like a high grade. I think it was like a 9.5, which is very good. The Last Dance, the documentary came out, and he said, I'm thinking about selling it because, everybody's into Jordan right now. It'll never be bigger. And I said, yeah, that's a great idea. So he sold it, and he made like $10,000 on it.
Wow.
Which is pretty good. But then the pandemic happened, and the value for all of those old collectibles skyrocketed to the point where if he just would have held on to it for a few more months, could have got like $150,000 for the thing.
Wow.
Lick me down.
Wow.
God help us. Yeah, I've never followed that market. That's.
Well, if anybody wants to pay $10,000 for one of my Ricky Henderson rookie cards, you can reach me through the station. That would be fine.
That'd be pretty sweet to make that kind of money off a stupid card you just had sitting in your top drawer with your rubbers and your lube. You didn't get any lube on it, did you?
Otherwise, it's
I hope not.
Condition.
Paige Becker's the number one overall pick in the WNBA draft last season, playing in her first season, right?
Yeah.
For a club called the Dallas Wings. She's now the fastest rookie in WNBA history to reach 500 points and 100 assists.
Not surprising.
Good for her. From right here in Eagan, Minnesota. Paige Beckers.
I thought you went to Eastview.
The pride of Eastview High School.
Did you hear what this gal said at a WNBA post-game press conference? Las Vegas Aces basketball star Aja Wilson, one of the best players in WNBA history, they tell me here. She had quite the quote after one of her ball games. She's sitting at the post-game interview podium thing with one of her teammates by the name of Chelsea Gray. She had quite the quote about not forcing her play on the floor. She said, this is Aja Wilson, if I try to force it because I want this win so bad for my team, it's like forcing a fart. All you get is You've got to see this video strictly for the reaction from her teammates.
Yes.
This Chelsea Gray, the reaction of Chelsea Gray, she cannot believe that her teammate just said that into a microphone. If I try to force it because I want this win, it's like forcing a fart. All you get is shh. I've never heard that saying before.
No.
Never heard that before. This Aja Wilson dumped it on the media the other day. And this teammate of hers, I mean, the reaction is great. Chelsea Gray, the teammate, says out loud, that's going to go viral. And I think at this point, it has. You ever heard that saying before, Josh?
No, it was news to me as well.
I've heard of hope in one hand and in the other. I was taught as a young kid by my father the difference between sh and shinola. My dad used to always say, what's the saying with the bear in the woods?
Does a bear ass in the woods?
Yeah. Hey, does a bear in the woods? Right, I've heard, but I've never heard the force of fart. I mean, of all things, it's a lady who teaches me that.
It's brilliant.
Before we go, gentlemen, kind of creepy. I saw just some limited video of the first ever humanoid robot games, which kicked off in China a few days ago. Robots in foot races playing soccer, boxing, and other sports. Kind of fun, kind of creepy, interesting. Brad Ryder, Randy Shaver, would you have any interest in looking into the first ever humanoid robot games?
I did watch some of the video you're talking about.
Yeah?
Yeah, it is creepy.
When they play soccer and they fall, it is a lot of fun. I'll
Falling and can't get up.
But the thing is, they can get up. At least I think I saw one of them that, it's able to maneuver itself upright. Is it not, or was I seeing things? I thought I saw one or two of them get up on their own.
Well, it can't be that realistic because soccer players don't fall down when they play. So if these robots are hitting the deck, that's not realistic.
Certainly, they're not as dramatic as their human counterparts. Anyway, more than 500 humanoid robots from 16 countries, including the United States, are currently competing in the humanoid robot games. If that does anything for you.
Nick, did you see the video of Victor Robles?
No.
When he was down in AAA, he's a Mariners outfielder.
Okay.
He got beaned in a game, in a AAA game in Tacoma, and he threw his bat at the pitcher.
I'm sorry, I read about it, but I didn't bother looking it up.
Oh, gosh, the video. I mean, he's lucky he didn't get hurt by the pitch because, I mean, he got hit. I don't know if there was anything prior.
I'm looking at this now.
Randy?
Yeah.
Did Randy just pass away, Randy?
I don't know.
Oh, there you are. Okay.
Yep, sorry. I don't know if they were jaw-jacking between each other or whatever, but he flings that bat like with serious intent.
He had bad intentions.
Yes, and then he unloads the entire dugout onto the field too.
Okay.
Which was pretty good.
But if he swung at the pitch.
Well, I think he did out of self-defense. I don't think he was really trying to swing. I think he was trying to get out of the way.
He got fooled.
And he got plunked pretty good, but
all right, I'm watching it right now. Yeah,
I've never seen a batter like take the bat and his intent was to hurt the pitcher for sure.
Well, so then he'll be suspended for a long.
Oh, I'm
period
sure
of
he
time.
will be. Yeah,
yeah he meant to do some harm with that. And the look on the face of the guy in the on-deck circle is worth the price of admission as well. He can't believe what he's seeing. All right, boys, we got a boogie. Thanks very much.
You bet.
Okay.
Real quick, Nick, I wish I would have seen this earlier. 32 years ago today in wrestling, the Shockmaster made his debut.
Oh, God. We don't even have time to get into the Shockmaster.
I shouldn't have brought it up.
I wish we had more time to discuss that because if people don't know the story of the Shockmaster, it is worth telling. Maybe we can get to it before the show is over. Coming up next, if you have an issue with your health that you'd like to discuss with a real doctor, well, discuss as in text us, and he'll try to give an answer on the radio. Our number is 651-989-9393. Something bothering you? Text us about it, and our next guest will give you his professional thoughts on it. Dr. P. Jesus is next on the Half-Assed Morning Show.
The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.
YouTube personality Benny Johnson has cracked the code on a new era of newsmaking.
Very controversial, very strong opinions. A person who speaks truth fearlessly, breaking for nobody.
It's a new cultural landscape.
We're not trying to politicize this. People are primed now, and forgive me, dude, it is what it is. Here's what's going on in your country, bro.
The Benny Show.
Get ready if this is something that you needed to put a little pep in your step. No? Yeah? Okay.
Follow and listen on your favorite platform.
Dr. P. Jesus. The 93X Half-Assed Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. It's 8:32. We've got a special guest in the building. He's a real-ass doctor, and by God, if you think you got something wrong with your gorgeous body, you can go ahead and text in and ask us some bitch about it. 651-989-9393 is our telephone number. Although he may need some medical attention himself, I understand he walked into the building and immediately his nose began to bleed. Welcome to the program once again, Dr. P. Jesus. What's wrong with you?
Is this the evil of this building that affected you right away?
Yeah, I got a whiff of the evil humors the second I opened the door.
Can you diagnose why you're suddenly bleeding?
No, not really, actually. It's an unusual time of year to have. I prefer to call it epistaxis or rhinorrhea. Fancy names for nosebleed, but no, usually it's low humidity times a year. So I don't know. Maybe I have a little sinus infection going on. That's another.
What would be the worst possible case scenario as to why you're suddenly bleeding from the nose?
Oh, a massive squamous cell carcinoma up in my nose where they're going to have to cut off my face.
Oh, no. God help us.
That's pretty bad, right?
That sounds bad.
I would probably look and sound a little weird if my entire nose and face were removed.
Oh, man.
Hopefully slightly better than this, though.
Quite a bit better, I'd imagine.
Yeah. Do I sound a little weird?
You do, yes.
Okay, in my own head, I certainly do.
You have your nose plugged with Kleenex right now.
Nasally.
It's actually a tampon, but...
Oh, my...
no, it is Kleenex. But yeah, if I take it out, I'm afraid it'll start bleeding again, and then I will be very preoccupied with addressing that.
Did you go through my purse? Where'd you get that tampon?
I always do.
Sorry about that.
No, it's okay.
You had to walk in and start...
I don't think it's the fault of 93X or Cumulus Media, for that matter.
It is.
Oh, okay. Well, then I will take it up.
We got a nose-related question, so this would be a perfect way to
Excellent.
start. A 48-year-old male, when he blows his nose, air comes out of his eye.
Oh, that sounds awesome.
Could that be too much booger sugar, quote unquote?
Oh.
Ooh.
Cocaine related.
Blows his nose, air comes out the eye socket?
Yeah.
It's a hell of a party trick to blow the candle with your eyes.
That would be cool.
I think I have seen that done on video before.
Yeah. I don't I mean, the thing that can happen with cocaine that I think of most commonly is you get a perforation in the septum, so the cartilaginous midline of your nose, but that wouldn't promote that at all. No, I don't know why. I've had that. Have you had that happen ever? Have you ever felt that?
No.
I have occasionally if I've really been sick and congested. I feel like
I felt like a pressure back there.
Yeah, it must be. It's sort of air up and through one of the sinuses that kind of leaks up and kind of moves out around your eye, which is bizarre. But yeah, you don't think about how closely connected these things are, but they certainly are. So no, I don't. As far as I know, there's nothing directly related to cocaine. So yeah, keep it up.
If I had that ability, keep going with it.
Don't do that. Don't do that.
Never heard any bad story. If I had that ability, I would be a hit. Anytime I had to blow out the candles on my birthday cake. You know what I mean?
Hold your nose and wow.
There you go. Let's stay with the nose. Here's a female who was texted in for Dr. P. She said she's decided to have a midlife crisis and try out rugby for the first time, and someone broke her nose for her.
Oh.
She was told by the EMT person that she could go back to full contact sports in 7 days and then just contact a plastic surgery office within a year to schedule an operation to fix her brand new deviated septum. So the question is, should I get a second opinion about when to go back to playing contact sports again? She was told 7 days by the EMT.
Huh. The EMT, not the ENT, right?
Oh, it's EN. I thought it was a misprint.
Oh, no. Okay, ENT would be the ear, nose, throat doctor.
Oh.
That's I was going to say. Obviously,
I'm
EMT
sorry.
would be the people who come in the ambulance.
It does say ENT. I thought it was a mistake.
Okay, yep. No, it's ear, nose, throat doctor. So
I'll tell you what, I've had my nose broken for me.
Yep.
And I wasn't going anywhere near risking...
having it hit again?
It happened while I was playing hockey. A guy was nice enough to break my nose for me. I wore a cage after that for, I'd say, probably about a month because I didn't want that pig to get snapped open again.
Yeah, and I mean, part of it probably depends how severe it was and, the degree of injury. So from that advice, it obviously does sound like it was not a particularly dramatic injury. It does. Having a broken nose can mean a number of things. If you just sort of snap the cartilage, then, I mean, that's not as big a deal. If you actually have some, bony changes there, that's not great. If the dorsum of the nose, like the bridge, is actually, completely broken, there's various degrees. And yeah, it is usually a thing where you would think, oh man, from watching TVs and movies, doesn't somebody have to set my nose and do this crack thing? And not usually. It is later on. But you're right. I don't think I would want to get hit there again.
And now she has a stupid deviated septum.
Yeah, and you can live with a deviated septum. Sometimes they're not that bad. Most of us, honestly, have some degree of deviated septum. I mean, if you look at CT scans of people, I mean, it can point different directions. It can sort of go out and bow. But if it doesn't block a nostril, significantly, you don't really need to have anything done. And there's a difference between, in terms of having it repaired, if you actually have obstructed breathing and you're getting infections and things like that, your insurance company will help you with that. If you just don't like the way it looks, then you're having cosmetic surgery, which is not necessarily fun. But yeah, it's and you're right. I would think you would want, especially going to play rugby, you would want to wear some kind of thing on your face to protect it.
Getting bloody noses in youth sports was always so embarrassing.
Yeah, I mean, bloody noses are...
You often got a bloody nose while you were playing soccer or whatever?
Soccer and basketball, yeah, I get a couple. And then those are the league rules. You get blood in the jersey, you can't play. And it's not like we had an equipment guy with a bunch of spare jerseys on standby.
But you're saying this wasn't because you took a lick to the schnoz. It would just happen?
No, it was because of licks to the schnoz.
Oh, okay.
Do you remember?
I would think that'd be kind of cool, actually.
But then you got to get subbed out, and you're sitting there blood all over.
They were going to sub you out anyway, dude.
Do you remember, Nick, a Gopher basketball player named Spencer Tollickson?
Sure.
Yeah, so him and I were the same age, so we'd always played together in traveling basketball back in the day.
He was the size of a house.
He was, and he was that size by about 5th grade, man. He once blocked a shot so hard off my face, the ball went bouncing onto the next court, and they had to stop their game, too.
Well, no wonder you sprung a leak.
Yikes. Thankfully, he got me more between the eyes than just the nose, because if he would have got me dead on the nose, that thing would have been obliterated. I'd have no nose left.
Let me ask Dr. P one more question about nose breaks, and then we can move on. I heard that if you get your nose broken bad enough and you don't get it fixed, it can be one of the causes of sleep apnea. Is that totally made up?
Yeah, I would not think so generally, because sleep apnea is more with the back of your throat and your soft palate. So, I mean, it may not help, but yeah, it really shouldn't be the primary issue.
All right.
You make my soft palate hard. Deathcore Jesus is a 30-year-old male. He says after he has sex, the next day he feels like he has a fever. It's been happening the last couple times.
Sex followed by some kind of fever?
Is that syphilis?
Symptoms, Mike?
Or how much Viagra is he taking?
Oh, really? That could make a difference.
I don't know. Fever. Okay, so what the heck would that be? The next
post-nut clarity disease.
Yeah. I cannot think of any reason.
Yeah, I've never heard of that.
Because, so it's like sweating? I mean, I don't know. No,
yeah,
I might have to think about that one.
He gave.
If you can give us more details, that'd be helpful. Maybe he feels guilty. I know you have that kind of guilt.
Oh, Josh,
that is a great question. That is a very good diagnosis.
Right. I mean,
you must have felt that heat a time or two when you were first a young kid bucking back and forth.
Definitely.
Yeah. Right. The heat of guilt.
Right. My mom might find out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. Yeah, I can't.
Well, his mom found out because he told his dad right away.
I told my dad. I don't think my dad told my mom.
You don't think he passed that on to your mom?
No, they didn't talk about that. I don't think so.
Well, Dr. P. Jesus is with us.
I'm sorry. Before we moved on, I wanted to ask you, Nick mentioned post-nut clarity.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I don't know what that is.
Oh, you don't?
No.
Okay.
Maybe I can guess that.
Like sometimes you're an animal.
Oh.
And then immediately after, you might say to yourself, what was I? Why did I say
what
those
the
things?
hell have I done?
Why did I do? I said I was never going to do that, and I did that.
Like,
and it's
why
immediate.
am I here?
It is an immediate change. I can't afford this, but at the time I didn't care, that kind of thing.
Right.
Yeah.
Can you explain why that is? It is such a real thing, I think, for most guys.
Yeah, that's a really good question. I mean,
you turn off the computer and you say, "Oh my God!"
I mentioned so a buddy of mine has this so often with masturbation that he will close his laptop right before, just because he doesn't want to be disgusted with himself by what he was watching, or
it's a good question. I mean, I think the parts of our brain that get so carried away and are so, energized by that thought process and drive are just, it's kind of like our primitive, I must procreate. I don't care whether it's by myself and in front of a computer or with someone who could get pregnant. But yeah, once it's gone, you're like, okay, I better go find food and maybe check on things. And what was I just doing?
It's a friggin' mystery, is what it is.
Yeah, I'll look it up. I bet there's functional MRI.
Is it hormones? That's what multiple dog Jesus.
I mean, it is. It's surges of hormones, but it's also just, I think it's got to be brain pathways that, it's the same kind of things that drives people to have addictive behaviors, I think, whether it's drinking or drugs. And it's sort of like once it gets fired up, like until you do it, it just doesn't, until you satisfy that craving.
Get that fix.
And I mean, I think, it's dopamine parts of the system. And
you
it's
gotta
probably
get the poison out.
Yeah. I mean, almost. Yeah.
I think that's a fair comparison to drugs and hooch. A couple people now have texted in hormonal regulation. I think you hit her pretty close to home.
But the immediaety of it is interesting.
Yeah.
Like that it just like fizzles
it's like
out.
A switch.
Right, like the pool gets drained and you're like, what am I doing?
The pool gets drained.
Hi, everybody.
Dr. P. Jesus, welcome to the Half-Assed Morning Show.
93X.
Yeah, we're back for part 2 with our guest, Dr. P. Jesus. He's sitting here answering questions from our glorious listening audience. We're sorry we can't get to each and every damn last one of them. We do our best. Thank you so much for taking an interest in texting in the first place. Thank you to Dr. P for being here. Let's hop to a few more questions. Oh, no, not this again. Is mouth tape while sleeping dangerous? Like for mouth posture? Is it effective for sculpting your jaw?
What?
You don't know about this?
No.
Oh, I've heard of this before where people are taping their jaws backwards when they sleep or this, that. It's supposed to give you a sexier jawline. I'm surprised you haven't heard of it.
Dr. P, I know you're sitting down, so hopefully this doesn't shock you too much, but it was a TikTok trend.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if you have sleep apnea, if you could somehow tape your jaw forward, it can help your lower jaw.
Well, maybe you need to look into this, and we can get back to us. But it was a thing online. I thought, Josh, maybe you can help me. Most doctors who commented on these stories would say, "Don't be ridiculous. It's all silliness."
Yeah, I mean, I don't think it's going to do anything because your lower jaw is mobile, and so all you're doing is stressing the joint. Really, if you're trying to change your jaw, again, the sleep apnea thing, there are mouth devices that advance the lower jaw, which basically pulls it forward and can open your airway. But yeah, it's not going to change the way you look. Might give you a tape irritation mark on your chin.
You no longer can you can't grow a beard right anymore.
Right, exactly.
Others do it to stop snoring. Yes, I'm getting text messages.
Yeah, no, I mean, there are definitely, I mean, I've never heard of doing it with tape, but
this individual is specifically asking about, changing the shape of their face.
No.
It's silly.
Yeah, you need to have serious reconstructive surgery where they crack and saw and do that.
I like that person's face how it is. Leave it alone.
Exactly.
Dodging human turds, Jesus has what he is assuming a pinched nerve, occasional tingling and numbness, which goes from just below the ear all the way to the tips of his fingers in his left arm. 40-year-old male, and I like how he put this, festively plump.
Oh!
Any stretches or exercises I can do.
So below his ear to his?
Yeah, he says 2 inches below his ear all the way down to the tips of his fingers on the left side.
Wow. 2 inches below his ear is basically his jawline.
Yeah. Don't use tape. Well, I think if it's that bad, although that just doesn't make sense. I mean, different things could happen if you have a pinched nerve in your neck or a problem up there, but it doesn't usually cause symptoms all the way down because those are different nerves. So, I would get that looked at because truly, there could be something significant going on. You wonder. I mean, I'm not, obviously, in thinking about all the things that can go on. Normally, if you come to an office and see us, we don't say all these things out loud necessarily right away. So that's the problem with this show.
Yeah.
Like, it could be multiple sclerosis. It could be, you have a terrible...
Do you have a last will and testament?
Right, exactly. But yeah, I mean, I would... that just sounds odd. Typically, if you have a pinched nerve in your neck, you may get some shooting pains down into your arm or hand, but it's not going to typically go all the way from your below your ear down.
Even if he's festively plump.
Yeah, I don't think so.
That does sound strange.
Yeah, so I would before you start doing any weird exercises, I would actually go talk to somebody, because what they want to do is see, do you have normal reflexes in your arm, or do you have normal strength? Does it look like there's any muscle atrophy? And maybe do some imaging.
There's lots to cover there.
Go to the doctor, pal.
Yeah, for sure.
25-year-old guy in our listening audience, his dad was just diagnosed with colon cancer. Should he go get a checkup soon?
How old was he again?
25.
25, you would not need to. I mean, it's a good thing to talk to your doctor about the next time you're in for a physical. But yeah, I mean, unless his dad is in his 30s, which would be really weird, but
that would be weird.
Yeah, no. Typically, most of the traditionally colon cancer screening was started at 50. Now it's often done at 45. If you've got a family history, then it might even be started earlier. But deciding what to do and when to do it, there's different advice, and it evolves all the time. But yeah, not at 25.
Okay.
Typically, unless he had. If there was evidence that he had tons of polyps, there's things called like familial adenomatous polyposis, where it's an inherited disorder where you get tons of colon polyps that are predisposed to turning into cancer, and then there might even be genetic testing versus colonoscopy too. But that's not typical stuff.
Okay.
What about a visually benign cyst on a kidney? This person says they have that. Should I be worried and get a second opinion, or just let her buck?
Okay, visually benign. So presumably they meant on a CT scan, it just looked like a normal fluid-filled cyst. That's the only way I can interpret that, because you can't obviously see the kidney visually.
Without being eviscerated, correct?
True, right. Yeah, and once it's removed, you don't have to worry about it too much. But it's not uncommon to have simple cysts on the kidney. There are disease states where you have a thing called polycystic kidneys, where you might have tremendous numbers of cysts. That means a whole different thing. But if it looks benign, which means typically it's smooth walls, it's very defined, it looks like it's fluid filled, and they can make those determinations on imaging. Usually, these days, for those kinds of things, radiologists have very standard follow-up recommendations for whether it's a lung nodule or something else. And if it was determined, or if it was felt to truly be a benign cyst, they would probably not recommend follow-up. But again, hopefully the report said that, recommend follow-up in 6 months. Because, I mean, that's the standard thing with anything on imaging that is probably benign, but if you want to be absolutely sure, is to check it again in some time interval, 3 months, 6 months, a year.
15 years ago, box handler Jesus contracted Lyme's disease from a deer tick, took the prescribed meds to suppress it, recently found another deer tick that I had to remove. Will another round of meds be advised, or will they have no effect, being I've already taken them?
Let's see. No, I mean, treating Lyme disease treating and having Lyme disease does not prevent you from having it again. The key thing with ticks is how long they're on. So, I mean, that's why it's recommended to check yourself for ticks if you're in an area, because if you do and you don't find anything, and then there's one there a couple days later, you hopefully know that it hasn't been there for days. Mm-hmm. I mean, that's because 15 years ago, I'm trying to think. I'm not sure if these days, if you have a tick that you find that's been on over a certain amount of time, like 24 to 36 hours, but particularly if it's engorged, there is a prophylactic treatment. It's called. Basically, it's to give 1 dose of doxycycline, which is a medicine that is used to treat it as well. And that can usually prevent you from getting it. But you don't need to do that if the tick hasn't been on there that long. So Lyme disease is another one of those things where there's sort of a specific algorithm based on how long the tick was there, mm-hmm. what it looked like.
Sure.
Do you have any evidence of a rash? So it's good to get in to see your doc, because without having all those questions answered, I couldn't tell him because you don't necessarily need to do that prophylaxis and you don't necessarily need to be treated for it.
Have someone check the taint for you.
You know what? Smashley, Jesus, thank you. He just texted me and said he'll check me for ticks.
Well, that's nice.
Wonderful.
That is very nice.
Yeah, I had some concerns.
Yeah, we should follow up on a couple things from earlier. I know we're way over time, but so having a fever after sexual activity, there is a thing, I've never heard of this, called post-orgasm illness syndrome, which I don't think it's understood, but it's thought to be possibly just some weird immune system thing that kicks in.
This is someone who texted earlier and said after sex they get fever-like symptoms
the next day.
Yeah, I'd never heard of that. I mean, you can. There are sexually transmitted disease type things like syphilis that maybe could give you that too.
Oh,
but,
no.
But I just have never heard that term, post-orgasmic illness syndrome. And then the other thing is...
Did it say if that should be checked out, or is that just...
It sounds like it's so poorly understood. But,
okay.
But there are diagnostic criteria that could be, your family doctor will go, what? But at least you can mention you heard that on the radio. And I'm sure they'll be really glad to look it up and look up the diagnostic criteria for you. But the other thing is there have been functional MRI studies. So that means you're in an MRI and it's measuring your brain activity and like which parts of your brain are the most active. And so men with distended seminal vesicles, which means they are
hung,
kind of blue balls, basically.
No good.
They have increased activity in these areas of the brain that are associated with sexual arousal, like pretty dramatically. And it's the hypothalamus, the amygdala, and the thalamus, which are these deep parts of the brain. They're like the lizard brain, or the fight or flight. They're so at the root of how we even exist.
The most prehistoric
right.
brain.
Like the thing that keeps, that makes a worm go away from pain.
Okay.
Or maybe go towards sex. I don't know if worms do that, but.
Sure they do.
Yeah. But so they have visualized that on functional MRI. Very impressive stuff.
Yeah, that's interesting.
See, even you learned something today.
I did a couple things. No, totally.
That's outstanding. Sorry about your nosebleed.
I know. It'll probably stop eventually.
We'll try to do something about the killer atmosphere here.
It's no good.
It's the most unhealthy place in all of Hennepin County here. Dr. P walks in and gets a friggin' nosebleed.
It is weird in here. The climate is odd.
It is.
It is.
It's hot, freezing, and wet.
I feel like
every day.
I feel like there might be an abundance of asbestos in this place.
Oh, I'm sure you're right.
Sort of drifting through the air.
We drift in and out of consciousness. Thank you, Dr. P, for all your help. And we'll see you Friday night.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
At the chicken party at our Brost Out Cancer fundraiser at the YZ American Legion Friday night. If you've already bought a ticket, thank you. We're sold out. You can still donate if you go to 93x.com. And there's still a chance maybe to walk in and just kind of hang out for a little while, but there's going to be a limited room. Thank you very much, Dr. P, for volunteering.
Yeah, can't wait.
And we'll see you Friday night. Thank you.
Bye.
Hillman Welder Jesus texting in a birthday wish to his little cousin Caden. Happy 3rd birthday to you. Congratulations to Diesel Benz Jesus. Just hit 20 years in the Army Reserve. Thank you for your service, sir. Happy belated birthday to hardworking Jesus from Lucky Duck and Little Peep. Happy birthday to Jason from Brown Sugar Jesus. Retired FedEx Jesus texting a happy birthday to his better half. Happy 9th to Harrison from Mom and Dad, former Metro Transit driver Jesus. And again, happy birthday to my cousin, total stud, Ian. Have a magnificent Monday, maggots.
93X Half-Assed Morning Show. 93X.
Hey friends, Dana here. And yeah, sure, we got plenty of summer left, but we all know what comes next when the weather shifts from crotch soup season to frozen shriveled peas season. That's why I love my pals at Standard Heating and Air Conditioning. It's the perfect time to get them out and take a peek at both your AC and your furnace. Book your AC tune-up by August 21st and save $45 or save $90 when you bundle both. It's the early bird deal and it's the way to go for peace of mind on both ends. Go to standardheating.com and make sure to mention 93X when you book.